Do I have any stories before we begin? Do I have any? No, I actually don't. You know? Surprisingly. Not really surprisingly, I suppose I should say.
Oh, hi, Ed.
That or I forgot them all. I will admit I was drinking during work today.
Nice.
What is this filth that's been linked in our chat?
That is something. Speaking
The
of
hell
drinking,
is that?
Garbage.
Filth. Degenerate filth.
disgusting.
I mean, that's why you all are here,
Megaverse,
right?
isn't it?
Not even the interesting filth that Sign writes. At least that has decent plots sometimes.
Oh, hi,
Hmm.
Max.
Hi, Max.
Hi, Max.
They sensed a disturbance in the force.
Yeah, I know.
It's Tuesday. We're
They
like,
weren't gonna-
shit, we gotta show up before somebody says something really fucking stupid.
Sneaky was already going on about, oh, they might not show up. They're playing Warhammer. Shit, boys, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
No, that would be Friday.
Oh, even better.
I
B,
know.
that's still not certain because no one's answering.
That's
my
definitely not
question.
gonna happen, because these motherfuckers can't read.
I mean, I could have told you that. But B, yeah, I kind of feel like the second they saw the library list of shit they would have to pick from, they were like, huh, that's a lot of reading.
Why? Oh, there's only 3 factions. Why are there sub-factions?
Yeah, no, listen.
What is this? Sorry?
Yeah.
Some people wanted to learn to play 40k. I volunteered to help Max. His friends are afraid of reading.
Why on
Ah.
earth are you making them play 40k?
They
Because
wanted,
they wanted
not-
to.
I'm not making them do. I don't make anyone do anything if they're seriously. If they give me a serious no. I don't.
If they say they can't read, they're gonna have some issues.
No, they didn't say they can't read. They just can't read.
The
Anyways,
books intimidated them.
Moving on.
Also, question,
The-
Max,
it's not
how bad
guaranteed
is
that it's
Albany?
gonna happen. What do you mean?
How bad is Albany?
Are you talking about the New York Albany?
No, Georgia Albany.
Oh.
I don't think I've actually. I don't think I've been to Albany, Georgia in a long time. I don't actually know.
Because apparently it's currently beating Chicago in murders.
huh?
That's impressive.
What in the fuck happened?
That's what I'm asking you for. God. Anyway, what the fuck is this?
Are you sure about that?
That's what someone from Georgia told me today. What the fuck is this? Sign up to our Chronicles of the Megaverse blog page to receive updates about the Wolf Megaverse of Fiction, as well as loyalty gifts as the brand grows.
Oh no.
I'm sorry?
What the absolute fuck is this? You can't even buy the AI Schizo books? Our Father the Rotbox? Bloodborg the Harvest?
What?
What is Linstar provided this time?
Mississippi Sleeper, A Woman Reborn?
Where does this kid find this stuff?
Carnophobia the Wandering?
Is this like books off of Wish?
No, this is one
know.
furry writing a bunch of books, I believe, with AI. Be My Agent, Blood and Honey?
Wait, is that the name of like the Winnie Pooh movie?
Yeah. No, that's the name of the parody Winnie the Pooh movie, yeah. The Fateless Child, Tainted Blood?
Oh my
God's
God.
masterful evasion and the inverted organelle theory and consciousness of the universe, extended universe. Lang the
okay?
baby orangutan. What?
Wait, what did you just fucking say? Did I just
That
hear you
is
say
such
whack?
a departure. Like, their first book apparently is Lang the Baby Orangutan, a book for kids.
I thought you said whack the baby orangutan for a moment.
No. And then their next book was God's Masterful Evasion, The Theory of Consciousness and the Universe.
That
And then
went
they
from
went
0 to 100.
straight into these AI-generated horror stories.
That is a weird ass escalation.
Like, it's not even like a 180 turn. Bro, like, bro just, like, went off the road.
He went Jesus. He went AI Jesus. Take the wheel.
Copyright of M.W. Wolf, limited time. Oh, jeez. The moral right of the author has been asserted. I'm sorry, fucking what?
What the fuck?
When the moral right of the author has been asserted, it means the author has explicitly stated their claim to non-economic rights related to their creative work. Non-economic rights?
Excuse me?
These are known
That's
as moral rights, are distinct from standard economic rights granted under copyright law. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Care to explain with the
interesting.
class?
yes, please.
Uh-huh. Okay. The key aspects are the right of attribution. The author has the right to be identified as the creator of the work alongside receiving proper credit. The right to integrity. The author has the right to prevent distortions of his work. Okay, so basically preventing fanfiction. Formality. In some jurisdictions, such as the United Kingdom, the author must assert their moral rights, typically through an instrument as a signing copyright or similar document. Ensures their name is prominently displayed on every copy of their work, prevents unauthorized alterations, object of false attribution or representation. Okay, so it's just a really weird way of saying that we made copyright and then we kind of forgot for copyright to also include the non-economic parts of owning something, and so we have moral claim to work.
So it's copyright, but they split it in half.
All right.
Yeah.
I left for 5 minutes. What stupid? Not even 5 minutes. What stupid shit happened?
So
Airstrip
Furry
on
is using
copyright law.
AI to really get schizo.
Oh, I see.
What the fuck?
That
Huh?
tired sigh.
What do you mean non-fiction?
Oh no.
God's
sorry?
masterful evasion, the inverted organelle theory of the consciousness of the universe, he's claiming this is his non-fiction story. It doesn't even have a fucking summary for it. Goddamn.
No, you have to read the whole thing.
Bro is trying to spawn off 5 different concurrent story series. The Super Darks, Me Town, Spine Thrillers, The Tanglelands, and Neurodelics.
What the fuck?
The Neurodelics is a sci-fi and annihilation story
Shut up. Just stop talking. Dear God.
that follows the story of 6 dead orphans.
What?
Edgy.
God damn it.
This is so schizophrenic. Why is Optimus Prime just
Wait, what? Why is he there?
It's AI slop. Like, come on.
Imagine
What's
putting Optimus in your AI slop. I couldn't. Thy end is now death.
What the what the hell is this? What the hell is a Mega Gen? Mega Gen 3, Mega Genesis, Mega Genetics, and the Mega Generation.
I
Part
hate
of
it.
the Megaverse of fanfiction. Sorry, the Megaverse of fiction. The Mega Gen is akin to superheroes and supervillains, except it's more complex and darker and gorier.
Well, I thought you sounded like you're full of shit.
Bro, that's literally just the Black Panther, but they're a furry.
Yep.
That's Iron Man, but he's a furry. That's the Hulk, but he's a furry.
Well, Disney got a sue of them.
The epoch of post-humanism is upon us. What?
You leave
Posthumanism.
transhumanism out of this.
Oh,
Oh, what a
of
fantastic
course.
start to the stream.
So we didn't nuke New Orleans, and this is the result.
Hey. What's New Orleans got to do with it?
Well, apparently that's where the secret military vault of post-humanogenesis comes from.
No. Underground vault
Yes.
in New Orleans,
Yep.
where you can piss on the street and it floods.
Yes. The Wait. What do you mean you're making an extended universe for God's evasion and the consciousness of the universe?
Excuse me? What?
What do you mean?
I feel like I'm having a stroke.
You are.
Yes.
Why is it all in Latin?
Because
What?
Latin's the cool language.
There's no... This guy has to be fucking in it. This has to be an AI. I refuse to believe... this has to be an AI. The only theory that accounts for the micro and macro scales of the universe. The inverted organelle theory unifies consciousness of the universe. It's the only theory that understands quantum realm. It's the only theory that accounts for dark matter, dark energy, Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, wave-particle duality, the breakdown of wave function, neutrino symmetry, inflation.
Inflation. Just
yeah,
inflation.
just
One of
inflation.
these things is not like the other.
The Big Bang, 3 generations of particles, consciousness as a physical material, geometry in the universe, quantum entanglement, and thermodynamics.
Shut the
This
fuck up,
motherfucker.
author.
He just threw a bunch of shit together in the AI and said,
Well, of course he
give me the
did.
most schizo bullshit, pseudoscientific bullshit you can find.
This is so schizophrenic. Now, I did actually see a recent theory that was kind of interesting, in where the proposal was that black holes actually come from dark stars. Because we've never actually seen proof of a star going supernova and creating a black hole. So the proposal is that black holes are actually condensed dark matter. And this is because in the proposal for dark matter in general is that dark matter, if it did form into a star, if the star was the size of our sun, it would be approximately like 10 to the 13th more in weight than our sun, even though it's the same size. Because of something dark matter, whatever. So that's why the black holes can be super dense, because what created them was super dense. It's I don't know how much to believe on it. I thought it was just kind of cool. But either way, supermassive black holes exist, and I don't like that.
Yeah, nobody who knows what they are does. Can't exactly do anything about it.
Like, supermassive black holes is like the astronomy equivalent of us taking a sub to the deepest parts of the ocean and finding a skeleton the size of Australia.
Yeah.
It is at that point that you go, okay.
It's at that point you uninstall.
Nope.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't like that.
Can we
I was
build
just
a
talking-
big
I don't
enough
like
gun?
that.
Can we build a big enough gun?
Credit to
No.
Deadwing Dork. I found it from him. It's a good channel. Oh, well, cool. Nice job. Yeah, like, I don't like that black holes are the corpses of something, and I really don't like that the corpse of something is so big that our solar system wouldn't even be a speck in comparison to the size of the corpse. I don't like that. That does not make me feel comfortable.
And remember, it just gets bigger in scale from there.
He's live? Oh, very cool. Well, unfortunately, there will never be a crossover event because we are too niche. I'm trying to listen to both of you. Well, hopefully you can tell us apart. Even though he does kind of sound like me.
Oh no. Is this another situation of mistaken identity, Sneaky?
No,
For
no,
some
no.
reason you sound like someone with a given mic.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Shit, you know what? I was trying to think of something today, right? Like, I was like, damn, it'd be really
Oh.
funny if we read Fanfiction. He has like 180k subs. Awesome for him.
Wow,
Like I said,
good
we're
for him.
never gonna
for
get
him.
we're never gonna get any sort of crossover events. It's just gonna be we're dead. We're dead in the water. We've been dead in the water for 8 years. Is what it is.
This
Yeah,
is
I-
the slow limping death spiral of two idiots and a saint.
Yeah.
Well, it's also an excuse to get Sneaky to interact outside of like angry game time with Dota.
That's true. This is
Yes.
technically speaking, this is healthy for Sneaky because it's a semi-functional social interaction that doesn't involve being angry at video games.
Yeah.
So you're taking him for a walk?
Yes.
Yeah, more or less.
Son,
Remember to walk
I'm not
your
sure if
Sneaky.
you were here for some of the stories in older podcasts. Legitimately, there are times where I would be the only person Sneaky would talk to, as in he would physically use his voice only when we hopped in a Steam chat with each other to play something
Yeah.
or to write.
Well,
Yeah.
that sounds familiar. I think y'all have said that before.
Yeah. We have. We bring it
Oh.
up every once in a while just to remind everyone that me being gregarious like this is not a
It's not normal.
That's not the norm.
Understandable.
It's the complete
We have
opposite.
slowly made Sneaky
Treating this as
interact with, other
semi-regular,
people.
treating this as semi-regular social interaction is actually a very good thing.
We have made Sneaky leave the fucking.
bro over here taking credit for something he was never involved in.
Taking
I'm
credit
sorry,
for something he's late to half the time if he shows up at all.
I meant just
Hey, don't forget.
generally.
Hates every single
Well, first of all, you don't fucking pay me. You don't fucking pay me. Fuck you. What are you, French now? Are you French now? Are you gonna get banned from the fucking Ubisoft servers now?
Yes. No, I'm already banned from there.
Of course you're already dead.
Let's see here. Okay, so it wasn't was it a video game? I don't think it was a video game. I'm pretty sure it wasn't a video game. Was it a video game? It was something. It was something really good. And I said to myself, oh man, reading the fix for this must really suck. And it would be really good if I read I'm so angry that I had that thought while I was drinking. I'm going to drink more now to see if I remember it that way, through like quantum thinking.
Yes, of course. The perfect way to remind yourself.
Quantum thinking, huh?
Yes.
Don't,
You
don't
see, if
think
I
too hard
achieve
about
the
that.
same rate of drunkenness as I had the idea, maybe I'll stumble
No, that's
upon
not
it
how
again.
that works.
I'm pretty sure that's how that works.
That's totally how that works.
You are
Counterpoint.
not a Babylonian.
Counterpoint. Atin, this is sneaky. Alcohol doesn't work with him the way it does the average person.
True.
Besides, you never know what'll trigger a random memory.
True. Eating the sandwich. I was watching a video. Video about something. I think it was a Sargon.
Oh. Well, then you weren't missing anything of importance, that's for sure.
He was talking about video games, and that reminded me. Oh, fuck it. FNAF crossovers it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet God, no.
How is this the conclusion you came to? Of all things. Does anyone
Why
even
is it
on
know?
the basis of it's torture? No, on the basis of it's just bullshit.
Why is it that one of the most top-written set? What the fuck? Pokemon, Sonic, Kingdom Hearts, Mass Effect, Halo, Legend of Zelda, Mario, Final Fantasy, Warhammer, Elder Scrolls, Super Smash Brothers,
Alright, so this
Persona,
motherfucker was just...
Undertale, Devil May Cry, and then FNAF?
Alright, so this dumb motherfucker
Mario.
was just throwing everything at the kitchen sink. Got
Yeah,
it.
what about Mario?
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 Yeah, Mario.
Luigi Mario, his brother?
Yeah, Mario and Luigi.
Luigi, oh. Luigi
It's a
Mario
me.
and Mario.
It's a me, Luigi!
It's
Oh,
a me,
God damn it.
Waluigi!
Yeah, Mario.
I'm Luigi.
Look, sign, just because you're pronouncing it the French way doesn't mean you're even remotely right.
Oh my God.
Mario is the correct way to pronounce it.
Sign,
don't you
stop
like Mark
feeding
and
the
Luigi?
troll.
I can't.
Sign. Stop taking the bait, man. You're one day you'll
can't.
learn.
No,
I
he
mean,
won't.
like, look,
They say you
Bro's
can teach
favorite
old dogs.
song.
I fully believe you can teach old dogs new tricks.
Sign's the exception.
Well, no, it's just a question of how difficult it's gonna be.
Look, here's Sign's favorite song.
Click, click.
Out of curiosity, what song are you playing?
I linked it.
Great, that means I have to get back up, go back to my computer.
You should have never left
The
the
most
computer to begin with.
inconvenient of actions.
Well, I'm working on another. I'm working on a
God damn
project,
it,
so I
Stinky.
don't have room at the computer.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Max.
I
I
see what you
currently have
posted.
Max. I'm currently gainfully employing Max.
Mm. Something old, something new by Ed, Ed, Eddie in Minecraft.
Have you
What?
considered not?
Huh?
Yeah, this is a Loud House FNAF crossover.
Ah,
What?
yes, song.
The sign isn't an old dog. He's beyond ancient. He's being featured in a museum. True.
Pray the British don't get him.
Oof.
He'll never leave.
Sign's so old, he actually got kidnapped by the British a while back.
I escaped.
No, the
more
British,
like they
the British
let me
only,
go because of
the British only steal things that are of cultural value.
Ooh, true.
Ooh.
oof.
He's a person. He's one of the least culturally valuable things the United States has.
Wow.
God damn.
I
Damn.
certainly have more.
There's
cultural
like
value
9
than,
different
some
levels
things.
of,
It's
things
not
I
like
can
I'm
say to
including
that.
anyone in this fucking podcast is culturally valuable. It's not like I'm saying, oh, the British would kidnap me.
I'm culturally valuable.
No, you're not.
You're
Fair.
culturally valuable.
You're as
You are about as
Michael
culturally valuable as a fucking
Jackson's
paper mache
sperm
bomb
has more
shelter.
cultural value than anyone in this
Paper
podcast.
mache bomb shelter.
Paper mache.
Yes.
Anyway,
Unironically, Bella Delphine's used bathwater has more cultural relevance than anyone on this show.
true.
Oof.
Hello,
Yeah,
everyone. I am Ed, and Eddie in Minecraft.
No, you're
Oh,
not.
so you're actually just going to introduce yourself as that? Okay. I'm here to bring you Ed,
Fair
and Eddie stories. 117 stories. Okay. You have been here since 2013. You like Ed, and Eddie, and you like Minecraft. Which likely means you were watching Cartoon Network reruns for Ed, and Eddie, the last airing of Ed, and Eddie, but it was also at the same time as Minecraft. But you also only signed up in 2013. I'm going to put their age at around 24 right now.
Sure, you
Yeah.
want to give them that much?
Yeah. Yeah, I think 13 years old's pretty generous. I'm really
I don't believe in
confused.
anybody born after 2000.
Yes. I'm really confused as to why they've kept the name. I can understand like that being your, the initial name you enter into the world with, but I am heavily questioning keeping it for 11 years. Like SneakyDevil, that's a good name to keep for 20 years. But Ed, and Eddie in Minecraft?
It's a very specific bit of information.
Doesn't really roll off the tongue. Doesn't really stake your claim as a name. Kinda really weird. Yeah. Things I like. Minecraft. Ed, and Eddie. Werewolves that change with the moon. Vampires that die in the sun. The Beatles. Evolution. Things I hate. Justin Bieber. Twilight. Yeah, dude, this guy's 110% a fucking 2000er.
I don't know. I mean, hear him out. His things I hate list so far has been spot on. Keep going.
Sure, but it's like, I don't, like, look, Twilight's a terrible fucking story. I don't hate it. I don't spend my time
Yeah, I would say
reminiscing
Twilight
my
doesn't get enough
hatred over
brain space for me to hate it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Justin
fair.
Bieber's
Doesn't
the
deserve it.
same way. I think he's, well, now I feel pity for him, but overall, I think the whole thing around Justin Bieber was fucking stupid and it was dumb, but again, I'm not sitting here fuming at the existence of it. Like, that's what hatred is. Vitriolic
Okay, fair.
spite. People use hate way too lightly.
Like if
People
you hear
who
a
play
Bieber
video games
song
for
on the
their
radio, you
graphics.
change
Oh, hey,
channels.
Sign, he hates you.
Fuck off.
Wait, does Sign actually hold that opinion?
Oh, Sign is a massive graphic hog. We've recommended multiple games to him in the gaming channel on his server, and he's like, "Oh, well, this game was made in X time. I don't like their graphics. I'm not gonna play it."
Yeah,
Oh,
I really
boy.
can't do it. It hurts my eyes. Like it
You will
physically
find no
hurts to look
sympathy
at it.
here.
There are no there's no sympathy in
It
this
gives
chat
me
for
a
that.
headache to play it.
You're
Oh,
not
you
gonna
poor
get any sympathy.
baby.
from the-
I don't think it.
Fuck
No,
off.
I don't think it gives you a headache. I think you're just a little bitch.
You fuck off
Yeah.
too. No, it's the
YouTube
same problem
comments
I have
that are
with,
off
Total
topic.
Recall.
Bro spends his time thinking about YouTube comments that are off topic.
Bro reads YouTube comments.
That's how you know he's a post-2000s baby. Or saying rude things. Yeah. I'm pretty
Saying
sure
rude
about my
things.
estimation in time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure about my estimation on his age now.
He's a Redditor.
Yep. Yep. Animal abuse cartoon conspiracy theories.
Oh,
What?
repeat that?
What did you just assault my ears with?
Repeat it.
I just felt like you guys wouldn't want to listen to me blowing my nose.
That's very true. We don't.
Not really.
Thank you, Gray.
What's a gray do?
What does Gray blessed us with?
Gray has
He had
a...
rendered
hit-
upon sign Swamp Thing.
Indeed. Anyway, Animal Planet putting on human shows. It's a channel called Animal Planet.
Humans are animals, dumb fuck.
Also, got to be some sort of engagement for those shows. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
not sure what your proposed solution is there, but all right.
Okay,
I mean, I
let's
could
look at
see-
these. Let's look at these Animal Planet shows.
I could see separating out the human specific shows into like National Geographic or the Discovery Channel, something like that. Sure, back before the Discovery Channel became all reality TV.
Counterpoint. Steve Irwin.
Okay, Steve Irwin
Irwin
and
was
Family, The Zoo, Finding Bigfoot, Vet Life,
I know you didn't.
Okay,
just
so they're
say
all
Finding
animal related.
Bigfoot is
Cute
part of-
Dogs, More Zoo, River Monsters, Northwood Law.
Okay, so they're all animal related. They all go on the fucking channel. I don't see the problem here.
Giving pit bulls to criminals.
Huh?
I remember that. I know. I think I remember
What?
that.
Why
show.
is there 19 seasons of this?
Is it supposed to be
Well-
rehab for criminals coming out of the?
Yes.
Yes,
think
it's
so.
it's basically
a
it's supposed to
mistake.
teach the criminal responsibility by giving them a pit bull to care for because it's a rescue pit bull.
That's a
Okay, I
mistake.
mean- I
Lone
can't
Star
say
Law.
I-
Everything's bigger in Texas,
Mm.
including the job of a game warden. Why is there 11 seasons of this?
Well, because it's Texas and
Well-
they get up to some shit in Texas.
Yellowstone
Maybe we should-
Wardens,
Game warden gets involved.
Alaska Vet,
I was
Gator
just thankful
Boys,
that it didn't make it past 11.
Aquarium
Maybe on season
Manufacturer.
11.
Hey, Louisiana Law. Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Same
Not
thing,
gonna-
basically.
Yeah.
Not surprised. For the same
Animal
exact reason.
protection, mysterious creatures. Sure thing, buddy. Extinct or alive.
Return momentarily.
Extinct or
Dogs
Alive.
101. More vet shows. More Game Warden, Puppy Bowl. Oh, the Parasite show.
Huh?
The what?
Monsters Inside Me. It's like a 45 minutes of parasites, people finding parasites inside themselves because they're like,
Oh,
it's also, it's like some of the dumbest shit too. It's like, yeah, I was having random migraines just suddenly after 20 years of not having migraines, and the doctors did all of the blood tests on me and they couldn't figure out what. And sometimes it felt like something was eating my eye.
shut the fuck up!
And then
Next time, they did a test, and then when her eye popped out, they realized there was a parasite inside her eye, and it was eating it.
Okay, Alex Jones.
like, no, that's literally how the show goes. Is like they just have like these fucking retarded people who are like, yeah, I went to South Africa and I went camping out in South Africa, and then I didn't tell my doctor when I got sick when I came home that I went to South Africa.
Gee, I
I also
what
didn't get
happened.
my shots for South Africa, and I also didn't use bug spray in South Africa or take the medication I was assigned to take in South Africa, because I didn't think I would need it, I wanted an all-natural trip to South Africa.
I hope they
Well,
enjoyed
you
their
got
all
it.
natural
Well,
malaria.
they
So
got
then
their all
the-
natural trip.
When the left side of my face fell off, I knew something was wrong.
Really? You don't say.
Wait, the left side of your faces is still attached. You guys
Yes.
realize that's supposed to come off when you turn 15, right?
Yeah,
No, it's not.
totally. But yeah, no, it's just like it's some of the dumbest fucking people I've ever seen. Where it's like, yeah, I was just kind of putting isopropyl alcohol on it. It wasn't getting better, and then I finally went to my doctor when I collapsed, out of pain, and they're like, oh well, what'd your face look like when you collapsed out of pain? And he shows them a picture, and like the entire cheek area is black and necrotic,
Ooh.
and I'm just like, that's what made you go to the doctor finally?
Nope, 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 nope.
No one's accusing these people of being particularly intelligent. So,
The newest Dungeon Crawler Carl book came out yesterday. I powered through it, and I'm sad now because there'll probably never be another lit RPG as good as this one. Yeah. But yeah, it's like Monster Inside Me. It's like a really disturbing mixed bag because it's like the people are being affected by genuine terrors, right? Like actual things to fear catching because of how hard and how uncommon they are. That by the time that you actually start being really negatively affected in your life by it, the doctors would have never even guessed to search for it.
Yeah, but it seems like it's all self-inflicted.
But that's the other end of it, is like you're listening to these people's stories and it's just like, why did you do that?
why did you take so long to get it checked out? Why did you
Ivermectin.
not listen to the advice of people saying, don't stick your face in this river?
Nah, fuck it. I'm just gonna go buy some horse medicine and take care of this. Just do a purge.
Yeah, it's
No.
just like, it really fucking throws me for a loop when people think they can self-medicate. It's like, sometimes you can, don't get me wrong, but that's like, it's
Oh,
like if you're
no,
doing,
I have allergies.
right,
No,
yeah.
I'm saying
My
it makes me
Tylenol
want
colon.
to go get some for myself now.
Oh, yeah,
just to
yeah,
avoid the parasites.
right. I mean, I wish, yeah. Yeah, it just really throws me for a fucking loop.
Oh, I
Well,
know
people are dumb.
that you and I have had these discussions before too, Sneaky. You get about as angry about self-medication and diagnosing as I do for anything that isn't just the common cold or allergy season.
Yeah, I was feeling really bad, and like I was getting constant cramps. so I just went online and I bought ginseng root and I set it on fire and inhaled the smoke. And then I
Jesus.
collapsed later on from overdosing on fumes. And it turns out that actually my left lung collapsed because of mold growth in it. And it's just like, what?
Bruh.
Bro.
It's just like,
Brother, you
what
can't
the
be saying
fuck?
that shit.
And it's like, alright, well, where did you sleep? Oh, well, I sleep in this room. You know, it's got a really weird smell to it, but I just got used to it after a while. And the guy looks around, and he looks at this one wall, and this wall's a different color from the rest of the room. And he's like, oh, did you paint this wall? And he's like, no, the wall's always been that green-brown color.
Oh, you have mold.
And the guy, like, pokes it, and he's like, it's squishy. He's like, yeah, the wall's always been pretty damp, because I think a pipe broke back there a while ago. And it's
you
just
got
like...
the fix.
I'm gonna have a fucking seizure. Okay, so I really don't see the problem with the majority of these shows. Like, half the shows are, here's some animals. The other half of the shows are, here's vets caring for the animals and teaching you things about the animals. And the other half is, here's game wardens preventing people from fucking with the animals.
Sometimes literally.
I don't think they've ever run a show dealing with that, but
Well, that's what game wardens are.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
They have like 19 shows about that. But yeah, it's just it's not bad. I mean, it's not shit that I would watch, you know? But it's not bad. Like, if someone was scrolling through and one of these came on, I'd be like, ah, fuck it, I'll watch it. Maybe aside from Finding Bigfoot. That's lame.
Aliens.
I would just go boot up like a hunting Bigfoot game.
Well, it's not even that,
Literally anything
right?
else.
It's not even that. It's like the it's like that one show, the Alien show, where they're investigating that Skincrawler Ranch.
Skinwalker Ranch. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Both of those, like, these sorts of shows are just total bullshit. Because if they ever actually genuinely found something genuinely wild and crazy, we wouldn't be hearing about it 6 months down the line when the episode airs. We would be hearing about it the day of because someone leaked the footage online going, guys, holy fucking shit, it's an alien! Guys,
Oh, yeah,
I just
absolutely.
found Bigfoot!
Yeah,
Like, they
followed
wouldn't-
shortly by so we kind of killed it.
Well, that'd be funny too.
Yeah,
it'd be-
obviously.
yeah, guys. You know, fucking. they get
We've
some
had
AA
alien
turrets
life,
up
but,
at
we killed
Skinwalker Ranch. Boom. Guys, we shot down the UFO.
Bubba
Now-
ran over Bigfoot.
Yes. Now the YouTube shows for that, where they do like the creepy shows where they are investigating, those are interesting to listen to. You know, if you're doing something else at the same time.
What do you mean the creepy shows when they investigate things?
You've never heard of the creepy shows where they're like they're telling the stories of what happened here. There was a
Oh,
series
yeah,
of
the
few
anecdote.
episodes
No,
for-
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
those sorts of
anecdotes.
things. Yeah. No, I mean, that's fine
Yeah,
because
those are
that's
really good.
different, right? Because those are just like the stories that people had of something occurring, right? Like, I'm talking about
Yeah.
these shows that are like, their whole purpose as a show is to be like, we're gonna find aliens on this TV show. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure you are, buddy. I'm sure the TV show is gonna be what finds the aliens and, you know, reveals them to the world. Not the guy who
Oh,
filmed
wait.
it, who then proceeded to leak it to YouTube because holy shit, aliens. Not the U.S. military who's gonna seize your footage. And I'm sorry, like, are you really gonna sit here and tell me that if we find evidence of aliens, the U.S. government isn't gonna kick down the door of that show and be like, you're not fucking airing that? Go and put on a video of where you all got sick or something and you all have to pretend to be sick now? We're gonna give you radiation sickness if you don't?
Speaking of, isn't the government doing something here in the next few days about some big press conference about alien shit?
I have no idea. I'm gonna be
I remember
real
seeing
with
I
you.
heard they
something
were.
about like JFK and Epstein, but I don't know the details.
Like, I distinctly remember there's some kind of thing they're doing with aliens here soon.
I will say
was
I
it
do
about
like
the
the Lore
15th?
Lodge. I don't know if you watch them, Sign.
The what?
Lore Lodge.
I think I've watched one of their things.
I highly recommend them because I mean, they give a history lesson on the whole area, and like the backstory to the backstory effectively, right? And they do a pretty good job at investigating as well. But what I like the most is that they approach everything from the original Ghost Hunters vibe, where to anyone born after 2005, the original Ghost Hunters, unlike all of the current Ghost Hunters on TV, actually took all their footage and at the end of the episode would review their footage and actively be like, well, this is just dust from the vent. There is a crack in the window right here. This is where the breeze is coming from.
Well, that's because they were. I don't want to say they took it seriously, but they were more like, all right, so it's not actually ghosts, guys.
No, that is what it is. They took it seriously.
Yeah, they took it seriously. Well, so my point more along the line is that they went out to prove they would really like it for it to be ghosts, but they approached it from the idea of we first have to eliminate all of the normal reasons why X could have happened.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then at the end of the episode, they're like, well, shit, it wasn't a ghost. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
They
effectively.
were yeah. It was a quote unquote proper scientific method. We
Yeah.
I
want
still
to
didn't
do
like
this,
those shows.
but we
Well,
don't.
no,
We're
the
not gonna
problem is
take
that was
this.
the only version to ever do it. Every version after that, because that did closing down, because I think they just wanted to separate, because they were doing it for like 8 or 9 years at that point, and they're like, yeah, we're kind of done. We haven't found ghosts for 9 years. It's been lame. But every spin-off after that, where people tried to chase the ghost hunting fame and turn it into a TV show, they all went with the sensationalist route of, guys, it's 100% a ghost every time. Oh, wind blew through the tunnel? Ghost. I spoke in German and then someone shouted at me in Russian? Ghost.
Fucking really?
The other issue is the fact that there are psychological disorders that make you think you have parasites. I mean, yeah, it's true. But yeah, so it's just I got really bored of those shows because I don't want to be told, oh, guys, it's 100% Bigfoot. I want someone to go through literally every excuse in the book and be like, well, shit. It's gotta be Bigfoot. We have literally no excuse otherwise. Like, there is literally no other possible explanation at this point. Like that one dude who, the Lore Lodge covered this guy. He went skiing, near the Great Lakes and fell into the lake because the ice cracked. And then they found him in California wearing his ski gear, and he had no memory of the last week.
That's weird.
Exactly. And like they did a whole fucking thing, and they're like, "Oh shit, he fell into the ice," and they knew he fell into the ice and didn't get out of the ice because there was only one track leading into the ice, and there was no tracks leading away from the ice. They're like, shit. And then he
that
just
reminds me of
shows up in
those-
California.
It reminds me of those stories where somebody, like a child, will go missing in the woods and then show up 100 miles away a day later. It's like, how the fuck did they get there? That's not possible. There's no way they traveled that far on foot, and nobody saw them. They're clearly barefoot.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's.
Found them up
I
a
mean,
tree.
there was one thing that the Lore Lodge covered at one point, where the family tried to pass it off as, ooh, spooky. What could have happened to this person? But ultimately, what the Lore Lodge found was that where multiple people that went out hunting with this family disappeared. And
Oh, gee, I wonder what was happening.
yeah, and see, the thing is that no one could ever prove they did anything because there was never any blood, there was never any signs of struggle, and they could never find the body. Turns out that right near the locations these people disappeared, there's an old abandoned mine shaft that never got searched.
Ah, yes.
And I'm gonna bet once they found that mine shaft, a bunch of stuff started turning up.
I don't think the police have ever searched it. The Lore Lodge guys found it.
Ew.
Did the Lore Lodge guys search the shaft?
No, they just found it digitally.
Oh, they didn't go
I
there. Oh.
certainly hope they reported this discovery.
I mean, they made a YouTube video out of it. And
That
they
does
let the
not
police know.
qualify as reporting it to the
That's I really hope they reported it because I would consider that negligent, especially if this family in question is still
Yeah.
around.
I
Yeah.
mean, they probably did tell the police because they were in contact with the police to get the details of the case. So I don't know if they like told the police or not. But I mean, also at the same time, it's like I don't think they would tell people, "Hey, we reported this to the police," because the family's still around. Like this happened like in 2008, 2012.
Huh?
Maybe an ongoing investigation.
Yeah, so they probably weren't like, "Hey guys, yeah, we totally reported this to the police. By the way, we're kind of popular, so if the family ever sees this, guys, just don't worry, it's Minecraft." So,
Check out
Yeah.
this cool mine shaft we found, guys. Hint,
Yeah.
If they really
Hint,
I
wanted
will
to,
say though, possibly one of the most disturbing real things I've ever seen on YouTube. Two things actually. One of the things was by a caver. He makes caving videos. He doesn't talk during the video. He doesn't add commentary. He doesn't add music. It's just him going into caves and looking around, right? Like
Okay.
he'll include the location and shit, but that's it. One time he went into the cave, and it turned out to be a mine shaft, and then he kept going, and kept going, and kept going, and all the way at the back of the collapsed mine shaft, he found a room filled with bones, human bones, and children's shoes. A whole
Ah!
pile
Nope.
of children's shoes and torn clothing.
What the fuck?
Oh,
is
no.
Is this similar to the one I forget? I might be recalling something about like someone caving so deep they found a child somehow real deep, or is this like a separate
No,
thing?
that's a different. No. That one is the one where they were exploring a salt cave, and they decided to take a side tour off of the beaten path and the recommended path, and they proceeded to crawl in an area that is actually skinnier than I am. Where they had effectively no breathing room besides the option to move forward. There was so little room they couldn't even turn around.
Jesus.
And they found like
and-
an immigrant or some kid who
Yeah,
doesn't speak English.
It was a family from Germany. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So they were crawling through this area for like 15 minutes with no, like, there was no map, there was nothing telling them that this section would end up in a spot where they could turn around. Cavers are fucking insane. I just want to be clear here, okay?
Yeah.
I fear them. Next to
They
Factory.
just went
no.
through this area. And to make it worse, it wasn't stone. They weren't crawling over stone. They were crawling on a sandy ground with stone above them and barely any breathing room to move forward.
Oh, those fucking
No.
nutters.
And it was, to make it even worse, it wasn't just one guy, it was like 5 dudes.
Nope.
And so
Oh.
after like 15, 20 minutes of crawling through this tiny, tiny tunnel, they exited into this tiny little alcove where they found some fucking girl that was like maybe 6 or 7 years old crying in
Oh
the
yeah, that
corner.
thing.
I assume they brought her out.
Yeah.
They eventually managed to get her to speak after like another 5 to 10 minutes of them talking to her. And managed to figure out that she was speaking German, and then they used an online dictionary app to get German so they could like convince the kid to come with them to go back outside. And then the family just happened to be there looking for the kid, talking to the cave staff.
Oh, so they lost the girl because she climbed into the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it was a very weird thing because, again, this is off the beaten path. There was no way. Like, this kid didn't have anything to light her way. So she somehow. And, like, they also didn't visit this cave. The family showed up at the cave because they lost the girl, like, a mile away. And they heard about the cave here, and they're like, oh, we better go tell the cave staff to keep an eye out for her, just in case she goes into the cave. So it wasn't like she was part of the tour group and she wandered off. She wandered off way far away, got into the cave somehow with no one noticing,
What the
went
fuck?
into an area that is not lit up and it's like pitch black. Went into an area that's pitch black that has, we're talking like maybe 3 inches, 4 inches of crawl space. Crawled for 15 minutes and just hid in this alcove in the dark.
Kids are fucking stupid.
Why?
I don't know.
Like, what the hell could have possessed her to...
Okay.
No one knows.
You're asking this again. Kids are fucking stupid.
I get that kids are stupid, but to walk a mile and then crawl through a dark cave in the dark?
Yeah, it was just and a lot of people raised like a genuine concern because they're like, what exactly happened to this kid that convinced them running into a cave was a good idea? Running
Yeah,
off of the
that's
lighted
worrying.
path was a good idea. And then crawling for 20 minutes in a tiny little crack in the cave was a good idea. Like,
Yeah, she was running
something
and hiding from
clearly
something.
terrified the kid. And we'll never
Could
know.
have been a case of escaping child traffickers.
See, that's what everyone thought, but they were able to prove that the kid was legally theirs, so.
No, I mean, what I'm saying is, she was there with her parents, right? What
Right.
I'm saying is, there could have been an attempt to kidnap her.
Oh, right,
She
right.
got away, and then she ran away and hid, hoping her parents would come find her.
Entirely possible, yeah. Oh, yeah, Nutty Putty Cave. That's the one where the guy was stuck there for like 30 hours and then died because he was like stuck upside down or
Imagine-
something. Yeah, again, I don't know. Like, look, I think caves are cool. I think exploring caves, super cool. However,
I'm not fucking going. Well, no.
I restrict my cave exploration to anywhere I can stand up.
Yeah.
And also, I restrict my cave exploration to double my shoulder width. If I cannot stand up in a tunnel that is double my shoulder width, I don't go in it.
Understandable.
Because oh yeah, I see a crack in the rock right there. I'm just gonna follow this crack in the rock. Oh no, I am stuck in this crack in the rock, and I am unable to exit the crack in the rock now. I guess I'll just die in this cave that no one knows I'm in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or
Just sending
to-
a drone in.
A reoccurring
Oh, that'd be
nightmare.
cool, yeah. Or to make it even worse, no, the reoccurring nightmare is the cave divers. And again, I've dived through caves.
Oh fuck no!
But the caves I dived through were big, open, expansive caves worn away over the course of thousands of years by the water flowing through it. It was super cool. It was really neat. It was a great experience.
Yeah, but there are these motherfuckers who go through caves they have to take their tanks off to get through.
Yes. Then there's these fuckers who are like, well, I can hold my breath real good, and hopefully I'll be going through an area that I can drag my tank through. And oh no, I can't get my tank through this area, so maybe if I keep swimming forward, there'll be a spot where there's a pocket of air, and hopefully the pocket isn't just methane and it has oxygen in it.
No. Hell no.
Also, because of the flow, I can only keep going straight. I can only hope that the flow of the underground water eventually leads me towards an area where I can swim back out.
Nope.
It's like, no. Fuck that shit. Holy
The Earth
crap,
still
no.
eats people.
Yeah. The only time I'm returning to the Earth is when I fucking die. Jesus Christ.
You don't want to rock and stone?
I didn't say that. Rock and stone lets me dig through the Earth. I'm talking about these people who just kind of roll up with cargo shorts and
So what you're
sneakers.
saying is the only time you'll ever explore a cave is when you have a shotgun and a pickaxe.
Yes.
Hey, that's pretty fucking sensible.
Sounds good.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
There are things down there you need.
I'm
the
going
shotgun
digging in
for.
the cave. I see the pickaxe. Why the shotgun? Cave's haunted. What do you mean the cave's haunted? Cave's haunted.
Cave's haunted. Now, I
No,
will
not
say...
even that. No, the appropriate response is, "Did you not get the memo?"
No, no.
No, I will say that does lead me to the other guy. The other creepiest video of a cave I've ever seen was it was another guy who just went into old mine shafts and shit. And was like, "Hey guys, this is what an old mine shaft looks like," and he would just go through it and whatever. And he stopped at one point and paused the video and said, "Guys, okay, normally I don't add commentary here, but I want you to know that there's been no wind in this cave this whole time, and there's like big, thick, heavy chains hanging from the ceiling because again, it's an old mine shaft, so they had these chains to lift the minecart onto the tracks and shit."
Yeah.
And
Let me guess. The
he's like-
chains are moving.
One chain was moving.
Oh,
Oh.
that's your cue to leave.
Yep.
And
That's your cue to go.
so what it is, right? So he gets all the way to the back of this mine shaft, and he finds a tunnel that goes straight down, and like the whole fucking shaft is collapsed, like all the wood and everything is collapsed, right? And he like looks down, and he hears like a howling sound, and he starts backing up, and then as he's backing up, the chain next to him starts creaking and swinging back and forth. And he just turns around and fucking books it.
Nope.
He's like, nope.
Fuck
And
this
just
shit, I'm out.
Glad, I'm
sprints.
glad his survival instinct was still in one piece.
That is a literal fuck this shit, I'm out moment.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, so, normally I don't offer commentary, but fuck that place. I will not be going back.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
I could go back, but I like being alive.
Yeah, and so it's like moments like that where it's just like,
Are we about to have a Wendigo
Mm.
moment here? Ah,
Or something.
or something.
Oh,
Takes a lot of nerve to terrify someone who does shit like that for a living,
Yeah.
or at least as a hobby.
well,
It's like,
to be fair, they're used to the hobby of I might get stuck, but there's usually nothing in these caves to worry about. So that seems a pretty reasonable reaction for someone who's used to the caves being quiet.
There is now something in the cave. I have much to be worried about.
run.
I'm very worried.
It's like, just normal cave dive. That doesn't sound like the wind, and I don't carry a gun.
It's like the moment
your
in a
first
horror
mistake.
game. You know, it's like the moment in a horror game where it's like, you have the objective and your quest book or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're going along the tunnel or whatever and through the building, and then you hear a sound and the quest objective just changes to run.
Or survive.
Or
A horror
survive.
A horror game by Hideo Kojima, starring the protagonist, starring the parasite
You.
unit. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
I'm
It's
sorry,
just like,
the what now?
Starring the stalkers. The fuck are the
Starring
stalkers?
that which should have been forgotten. Oh, okay.
Wait, hold on.
like-
What was that again?
Average
You're
horror
in the
game
wrong
protagonist
neighborhood.
versus Dead Space 2 stalkers, also known as Death.
Yeah,
fuck?
true. Real.
I fucking hate stalkers so goddamn fucking much, dude.
But,
Yeah. Okay, Spelunker, honestly, it's the ones who do it solo that scare me the most.
yeah, they have a death
Like-
wish. They have a death wish.
It's like, the guys are like, oh yeah, we go spelunking like every other. It's like, oh, together? Yeah, of course, kids. It's like, okay, cool. Whereas the one's like, oh yeah, I like going jump through new caves. Oh, who do you take with you?
Hey.
No one. Why do you want to die so badly?
Yeah.
Why don't you just
yeah.
take up? Why don't you just take up a normal adrenaline hobby, like I don't know, bungee jumping or skydiving?
Why can't you be
Skydiving.
normal? Why can't you dive out of planes? Like, why can't you
No.
play explosive golf?
That actually sounds fun.
I don't know what that is, but that does sound fun.
You strap nitroglycerin to the end of the golf club and swing.
Oh my.
Oh,
I
that sounds great for the first swing.
I
don't know
can't
about
get
the-
it.
I don't
hilarious.
know about the following swings.
Well, I mean,
No,
it
like
does
if you
turn
use the percussive cap.
it does turn the golf club into a consumable.
No, if you use the percussive cap, it'd be fine.
Well, then it's not very explosive.
No, those are plenty explosive. You use them in guns. A primer.
I know.
I don't think a percussive cap's gonna have quite the oomph that a.
Yeah, it's
Well,
the,
nitro
you know the
glycerin
oomph
has.
of a gun is the gunpowder, not the cap, right?
The cap just sets the reaction.
But anyway, yeah, explosive golf. I think I'll market it for rich idiots.
Why can't to sum it up, solo spelunkers are cracked and
Yeah.
not in the good way.
No, very much not in a good way. Why can't you just be autistic like a normal, normal 20-year-old with nothing to lose? My future ideas. Loud House, Star Wars Rise of the Empire.
Okay, but why though?
Because they could.
A Nicktoon and cartoon in Dimensional Rift. Tears in the very fabric of the universe has set the various dimensions into turmoil in a giga crossover, where the villains war with each other and the whole universe is in danger of imploding. Only the heroes of the various TV shows can hope to stop them. Okay. Land allowed the
Sounds like Kingdom
prehistoric
Hearts.
adventure. Loud House with time travel. Loud House meets
So
Scooby-Doo.
it's Loud House, but Land of the Lost.
Loud House, but Lisa becomes Skitter.
Oh.
Loud House, but everyone is a monster from Western mythology. Loud House, but Five Nights at Freddy's. Where the
We have a
Loud
term
House
for this.
kids get killed by Afton, and are turned into aggressive animatronics. My version of the Minecraft planet history.
I'm sorry, what?
Huh?
Minecraft Planet History.
Bro,
what?
this is my Minecraft AU lore.
But there's no lore to begin with.
He made it.
That's where you're wrong, kiddo. The planet was created by the Notch Bang. It began when a cube of lava and soon spit out it formed the moon. Soon planet formed bedrock make lava go down to center which form nether. Then water appears, covers planet, leaves cobblestone up. Soon first creatures appear, on life appear as tiny germs. Then more update later, the first squid appear in squid update. Soon squid start to walk on land by growing legs, soon squid start living on land. The planet now dominated by squids.
So instead of return to crab, it's return to squid?
I guess. Then around land, cobblestone turn into stone, go underground, replace dirt block, trees appear. Then land squid finally leave sea heritage, lay first land egg, and during update more mobs start to appear. Then during update before in-dev mass extinction occur from volcanic eruptions killing land squid, some early mob, but during this extinction modern hostile mob appear including creeper. Then in dev period Minecraftians appear, ruled the planet, become best speci to live on planet. But then shortly after biome update 1.8, a giant asteroid smashed it into planet, kill off Minecraftians, leaving silverfish to rule planet. Then on 1.2 Minecraftians return, Ice Age slowly starts taking over again. And that's what they stop.
I feel like I had a
Fuck.
stroke.
You did.
I think the author had a stroke. Top 11 animals I like. Why 11? Rats, lions, bears. Elephants don't even have a number. Alligators, hippos, rhinos, tigers, dogs, Tyrannosaurus Rex. I know it's extinct, but it's awesome.
Obviously, yes.
Top 12 prehistoric animals. I'm not going to try and pronounce any of these. Number 1, Tyrannosaurus Rex, the best dinosaur. Top 10 things that would suck while walking. Restrain yourself. Restrain
What?
yourself. Restrain yourself. Restrain yourself. Getting roped.
Huh?
That's with 2 P's, so that's rocked. So curious if that's
I
a
feel they meant something
different
else,
thing.
ladies and gentlemen.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Getting run over by a car. Falling into cement. You have to be living like
Bro lives in Brazil.
you have to have a
Or
very
China.
interesting set of circumstances for you to be casually walking only to fall into liquid cement.
New construction.
Top 10 things that would suck while walking. Number 7. being attacked by murderers.
Number
This is
15.
Murderers.
Yeah,
I-
listen. I could handle being attacked by one murderer, but two? Oh, no.
I don't know. I feel like I would be okay with being attacked by murderers because the implication there is that they don't kill you.
What do you mean?
Because it's
mean-
being attacked by murderers, not being killed
Not murdered
by
murderers.
murderers.
I mean, I feel like the murderer implication has a certain set of they're a murderer.
Yeah, you're not wrong. However, I counter with number 6, getting mugged. Either the author means getting attacked, or the author thinks that dying is better than losing some money.
I mean, to be fair, in the year of our Lord 2024, I would rather die than lose any of my money.
Well,
Very fair.
you see, you would rather die than lose any of your money because you would rather kill the person mugging you. He thinks that dying is better than losing money because he's a Zoomer. We are not the same.
This is why you carry spare magazines.
What? No, hang on a minute. I don't carry spares because I'm not going to need them.
I won't miss.
You shouldn't need them, no, but you carry them just in case. There may be
As-
more murderers.
There might be more murderers around the corner.
Yes.
Yeah, what if you proc another random encounter?
What if there are more robbers?
You might get robbed.
You might get robbed. Don't want to get mugged. Don't want to get robbed. Don't want to get murdered. Need more magazines.
Wait, I'm really confused here. He has number 10 getting robbed, but number 6 is getting mugged. What exactly is robbed then?
I think we know what it means.
AP sneaky.
But that's that he's saying that
Yep.
he would rather be
I don't think he
raped
listed them by
than
priority.
killed. I think he is, because he listed Tyrannosaurus number 1, the best dinosaur. Which means he is going by 10 being the least worst, and 1 being the worstest.
Maybe?
So I'm really confused. So we have, being robbed is better than being attacked by murderers, which is better than
Theoretically.
being mugged.
No. Being mugged should be like
Interesting.
on the bottom above falling into cement.
Yeah, very interesting priority here. Also, number 5, a person following you.
A stalker. Woo. That's why we
Having
carry
a
spare
stalker
magazines.
is worse than dying, rape, or theft.
Apparently.
What? Number
I reiterate
4, a building falling on you.
Ah, yes.
I guess that would be
Who
pretty
lives in
terrible to
China?
happen.
That pretty well narrows it the fuck down where he lives. He lives in China.
Top 10 things that would suck to happen to you while walking. Getting arrested.
Ah,
Yeah, welcome to America.
I
no,
feel
no. To be fair, that's very Chinese.
Also,
I
yeah.
feel like we are slowly narrowing down their ethnicity.
No, we've narrowed it down.
Keep
Keep going though.
Top 10 things that would suck while you're walking. Number 2, being beaten up by a random person.
What? How is that separate from mugging?
Well,
Because
you
when they're
see,
mugging you, they're taking
they're
your
taking
shit.
your stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're taking your shit.
If someone's randomly beating me up, you really think? Okay, if someone's gonna go commit random assault, right?
Right.
They've already committed
Yeah.
assault and battery. You
Yep.
think they're gonna leave my phone and my debit?
Well, I
and
mean,
my
I'm just
wallet
really
behind?
confused here that apparently
Well,
getting murdered is a less big a deal than getting mugged, which is less big of a deal than being stalked, which is less big of a deal than just someone running out of nowhere and cold clocking you for no reason and then doing nothing
depends.
further to you.
It depends on their relative social credit scores, you see. If you rob someone with a very low social credit score, but you have a high social credit score, you'll be fine.
Maybe. And then the number one worst thing
you have
to
make
happen
sure
to
you have
you.
enough social credit to survive the 30% social credit penalty.
Yes.
Yeah, obviously.
The number one worst thing to happen to you while walking is being hit by an asteroid.
The one thing that's like astronomical odds of even happening,
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, China, yes, that's probably not an asteroid, that's debris debris from an exploding building nearby, yes.
I'm posting this on every single server I'm on. I can't not.
What? The list?
Yeah, this list is just
Out of context.
just
Copy pasting that
with
everywhere.
context. It's awful.
Oh, I know. I'm just curious how many people would be like, "Oh, Sneaky's cracked again." Uh-oh.
Mom, Sneaky's posting weird shit again.
Oh, so it must be Tuesday.
Oh, it's Tuesday, isn't it?
Tuesday.
Why is
Tuesday, isn't
Sneaky's
it?
mother a British man?
Wow. That
I mean,
explains some
listen, it
things.
explains a lot.
Character profile: Robot Eddie. Robot Eddie is a
Sorry.
robot version of Eddie.
I'm sorry, I'm just imagining Sneaky's mother has in fact been John Cleese in a wig this entire time.
Indeed.
That does make sense.
Gosh.
Robot Eddie was created by Double
You have a
D
better sense of humor then.
to replace Eddie after he got into an accident during one of his scams. Eddie's DNA was placed inside of Robot Eddie, so Robot Eddie would have Eddie's personality.
That's
That
not how
is-
that works. That's not how that works. That's not how that works.
It's not.
Also,
What?
there is the theory that they're already in hell, so nothing would actually happen if somebody tried to hurt him.
No, I'm pretty sure what the theory was is the purgatory theory, which is
Or they're
distinctly
in
not hell.
purgatory or something. They're already dead either way we go.
Well, yes, but Waiting for Godot is a way less terrible tale than Torture for Millennia.
Yeah, true.
Even if you are stuck in Groundhog Day, effectively.
These are just the same two things over and over in different flavors and spelled badly. This feels less like a meme and more like watching someone post the results of their mental breakdown. Sneaky, you have to clarify so he understands.
No, I will not.
Post the profile link.
I will not.
God damn it.
Trump names Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy to lead the Department of Government Efficiency. Department of Government Efficiency, shortened to Doge.
Doge.
You
I-
kidding?
No.
No.
No,
He
no,
also
no, no.
gives
It's
them titles.
I hate
The
this.
great Elon Musk and American patriot Vivek Ramsey Ramaswamy.
Ramaswamy.
Whatever the fuck.
I hate this timeline.
Those are capitalized.
I hate this timeline. I hate this timeline. I hate this.
This timeline is great.
I hate this timeline because I'm getting a meme in my fucking government. That is not what I
Yes.
want.
That is hilarious.
Yes, it is.
It's what you pay for.
It's what
know.
you wished for.
No, it is in fact the opposite of what I wished for. I wished
Did
for
you
an option
con-
on the ballot of I hate both options, please provide 2 new ones.
Did you consult Keck and the numbers?
I'm going
Your
to kill you.
goddamn mouth.
Did
Because
you
somebody
consult
did.
Keck? God, shut the fuck up.
I said
I'm
consult,
going to
not
kill you.
insult.
Mods. Send him
Mods.
to the dungeon.
Mods. Send him to Ultramar.
But
Indeed.
they rolled crits,
But you have to defeat
man.
him in a fucking Ultramar game.
Like multiple rolls here where it shows her losing, him winning, and then hilarity ensuing.
I
dice
personally
have spoken.
really preferred that one AI that predicted Mega Louisiana.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Mega Louisiana.
No, it was Mega Arkansas. Sneaky.
Mega
Oh,
Arkansas. But here's the thing.
Big Arkansas.
Here's the thing. Mega Arkansas implies the existence of a lesser, smaller, sadder Arkansas.
Well, that's what
Yes,
Arkansas
that's
is
just
right
normal
now.
Arkansas.
No, that's not the current state of Arkansas. That's just Arkansas.
What if we called
That doesn't
everywhere
imply it.
but Arkansas Greater Arkansas, and then we called Arkansas Lesser Arkansas?
Okay, yeah, okay.
You are
Or
now
no,
entering the
fuck
state
you.
of Greater Arkansas, Illinois. You are now entering the
Alternatively,
state of Greater Texas.
Illinois.
Greater
alternatively,
Architects.
Kansas gets renamed to Lesser Arkansas.
There you go. Kansas.
Ah, yes, because it doesn't have R on the front.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, Kansas isn't a real place anyway.
It's not. I drove through there.
Mm.
Didn't happen.
Like, it
It was a
exists.
time
but-
warp. It's like driving through a wormhole.
It was, yeah. In fact, I think I gained gas driving through there. Anyway, things didn't go well, as only a few seconds after Robot Eddie was created, Robot Eddie stole the money, stole the Jawbreakers, and even worse, Robot Eddie was planning to rule the cul-de-sac with a metal fist, but in the end, the Eds stopped him, but now Robot Eddie wishes to destroy Eddie because he wants to prove he's the better scammer.
It's dumb.
I
So
mean, this
typical
does
Ed, Edd n
sound
Eddy
like an
episode.
episode, but
Robot Eddie's powers are unique. Since he is a robot, he can fight, and he is strong. Robot Eddie is also armed with a jetpack to go really fast. And since it has Eddie's personality, it's able to trick people into falling for traps.
There's so much I want to say, but I can't.
Unique abilities, such as being strong and having a jetpack.
Very unique.
Very, very special, yes. Weaknesses.
He can fight.
He has Eddie's personality. Fair.
It's a weakness, yes.
Yep, fair. My top
Significant
3 Ed, Edd n
downside.
Eddy stories. Ed, Edd n Eddy meet the Chipmunks. Ed, Edd n Eddy have a grand adventure. Ed, Edd n Eddy learn the power of friendship.
Why are people writing Ed, Edd n Eddy stories?
I
mean,
don't know.
It was
Don't
good
Don't
as a
ask,
show.
don't ask
Don't
questions
get
you
me
don't
wrong.
really want the answers to.
But why would you write fanfiction for it?
Ed, Edd n Eddy was very potent as a show. I just don't understand the urge
Yeah,
to
it was
write stories
great.
for it. Yeah. Like,
Life has many doors, Fed Boy.
listen, Rolf and Plank were two of the best things to come out of that entire show.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Also, it's very 90s. It's very distilled 90s.
Yeah, it's like they took everything that was good about Ren and Stimpy and boiled it down to an actual child, somewhat friendly show.
Well, it's not
And
just
occasionally
that.
included a comprehensible plot.
Well, it's not just that.
Yeah.
It's the fact that it took place in a cul-de-sac, and all the parents are never there.
Yeah.
And The older brother who's out at college, trust me, bro, he's really cool. He does all these cool things. You gotta believe me.
Look at this. He has all these porn mags.
Then you got the
Um,
Trailer Park Girls.
The trailer park nearby, yeah, like that was such a distilled snapshot of 90s
Middle America.
America life. Yeah, suburb America life.
Basically.
Like, that is so... like, the fucking lava lamp and the water bed, living
Parents
in the
are always at
basement.
work.
Oh yeah.
You gotta collect cans to make quarters to go buy your candy.
Yeah, back when
True.
that worked.
Or scam other people.
Like,
yes.
always getting
hey.
up to hijinks in the cul-de-sac, you know.
Back
I think it
before
hit
people
more
locked
for
the
me
doors.
because, quite literally, I grew up on a cul-de-sac next to a trailer park. So, bro is literally me.
Bro is literally.
Bro is
Um,
unfortunately me.
Bro thinks, therefore bro is.
But no, it is so distilled in terms of narrative that it's I'd say the worst part, but also at the same time, because of how focused and how snapshot it was of life in a certain time period for a certain demographic of people, literally only our generation really can understand it.
Well, maybe the one before us, too. Afterwards, no.
Maybe, but that's sort
Like,
of
I could say Gen X gets it.
maybe. If Gen X had the capacity for self-reflection, they would get it.
Mm. I mean, I'm pretty close to being Gen X.
I know.
I have self-reflection, fucker.
After you walk into like 20 rakes.
Do you?
Well, yes, obviously.
I mean, sure, you have self-reflection, but the entire room has to be mirrors first.
It's like a carnival.
What the fuck did you pay me with? Oh, I know this. I've seen this. Disgusting.
Oh.
But yeah. So, like, Zoomers and Gen Alpha just wouldn't understand.
To be fair,
It's all about going outside.
yeah.
Imagine going outside in the year of our Lord, 2024.
They live in a world where it's just not safe anymore. Like, we used to be allowed to run around wild outside.
Okay, let's
You
be
can't do
clear
that
here. It
anymore.
wasn't that much safer. It was safer, I will say, but it wasn't that much safer. We got up to some dumb shit as kids.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, frankly, every single time I hear a childhood story from someone in my generation, I'm just like, how the fuck did we survive as a generation?
Just like, what did you do for fun? Oh yeah, I tried to like throw rocks at fucking everything and anything.
I
Oh,
threw
listen,
rocks
I
at the
just walked
mountain
in the
lion,
woods.
and then I did a backflip off the second floor into the pool. But the pool was
I
only
killed
half filled,
snakes.
so I bashed my head on the floor of the pool. But I floated back up because it was a salt pool. And then I woke up. Oh.
I swam in pools that were so green that, you couldn't see the bottom.
Yeah.
Listen, one of the stupidest things that me and my friends ever did when we were children, there was a hornet nest, right?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
wasps, not bees,
Yeah.
hornets.
Yeah.
Proper hornets. And they were on the garage. And we were like, ah, fuck, we want to get rid of them. So we got super soakers. And we filled them with weed killer.
Ah, yes, of course.
Oh no.
We then proceeded to spray down the hornet nest, and it
That
didn't kill
just-
the hornets immediately, but it would knock them to the ground where they were twitching. So then we got a bat, and we were smashing them with the bat on the ground
Yeah.
To be
until
fair, you were doing God's work.
we
Yes.
missed one.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
that
no.
motherfucker stung me
Yeah.
right where my nose meets my face.
Yeah.
And boy,
Oh.
do I remember that particular pain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody else got significantly hurt, but
Mm.
still, Not one of our brighter moments of, guys, let's go fuck with the wasp nest.
I mean, we
Hornet
were the generation where they ran commercials saying it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your kids
Do you
are?
know where your kids are?
Now,
I
here's the
remember that.
thing. My parents never had to ask that question because, you see, I don't know about the rest of you, but my brother and I were boring ass nerds. My parents never had to ask, "Where are my children?" They simply knew we were home, being squares
Yeah,
and boring.
I mean,
And this
yeah. I
this
had
was
that
Where-
problem.
to be fair, I was also to an extent a very homeward bound kid, but I still had a bike. I still went out on adventures. Still did stupid shit.
Imagine seeing that commercial and then upstairs you hear someone yelling about Halo.
Yeah.
That's the
Yes.
basic nerd experience.
oh god.
Freddy Fazbear Emporium. 32 year after Freddy Fazbear Pizza closed down, new Freddy Fazbear attraction open up. Attraction is great success, runs smoothly until Deadly Force comes in. Follow Fred Schmidt and his fellow co-workers as they try to defeat and survive Larry the Lion.
No.
No.
Characters.
I'm glad we agree.
Larry the Lion, a newly made animatronic that's really, really intelligent, and Larry's ways of killing his victims consist of stabbing them with his claws. Larry's main goal is to get out of the Emporium so he can kill more humans.
Lines
I'm
don't
sure the
stab,
artist
they
already
rape.
has commissions. I don't want to see them. I already know what they look like. It was designed by a furry. You don't need to fucking tell me.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm sorry, what?
There was fucking. This author has to be some kind of. Every single time I've seen one of these, it's always like, it's my original OC. Why do they look fucking?
Why do they look
Okay.
like a jacked anthropomorphic animal with a 10-foot dick?
I mean,
You think
Don't
it's
insult
like,
my
no, it's
fetish,
just it's
bro.
just an innocent FNAF character. You think I don't fucking see the bulge?
Two
ladies and gentlemen,
sentence.
clip it.
Oh
No.
boy, here we go.
Oh,
Don't
Two
clip that.
sentence
Don't-
Loud
I
House
say that.
stories. Lenny was afraid of spiders. She felt like her heart would explode as a giant mutated spider clung to a web in Lisa's room. That is not a 2-sentence horror story. Oh, bro, that is.
I have a 2-sentence horror story. There are at least 13 enemies here. When the fuck was my last quick save?
That is not. It's just. Oh god, you completely do not understand the structure of a 2-sentence horror story.
Yes, and?
Like, he's got so many of these! Making a machine that could bring cartoons to life was pure brilliance. That is, until Lisa brought to life a cartoon cat that loves to eat people. Why?
What?
This is...
Why? Lana should be more careful when meeting new animal friend, especially when one rabies bit her hand when she tried to pet it. It's not a 2-sentence horror story. Oh my god. Lincoln screamed in anguish as the fires of hell burned the 2 wood stakes lounged in his eyes. This was the eternal punishment he got for murdering the kid.
That's so fucking dumb.
What part of that is a horror story?
Here's your horror story. Tell your mom to stop calling me.
Oh, you know what? Actually, that was actually a great joke that fucking Tectone made, and I'm gonna have to repeat it for Max.
Oh dear.
Is Max paying attention?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Regrettably, as it
yes.
sounds.
So, basically, chat was being a bitch. Tectone set them up. And he So after he just got done, finished telling a I fucked your mom joke, He then pulled out an unpainted Gundam and said, also, she gave me this when I was leaving. She said you hadn't painted it yet in months, so I might as well have it.
Oh.
But the Gundams are all painted.
I know. I'm aware. But the point stands.
Yes.
It would have been so much better if he pulled out like a Warhammer miniature or something.
Yeah, but he doesn't. He's not into that stuff, so he only knows about like the Gundam kits and stuff.
Yeah, it's just a shame he picked something that doesn't need paint to look good.
True.
It's the
That's
thought
part of
that
the reason
counts,
I
I
prefer
suppose.
those.
Like these are so dog shit. David prowled through the forest on the night of a full moon. He then began to stalk a boy with white hair who was carrying firewood. Not a horror story. It's not a two-sentence horror story. Just these. He has so many. He's still going. Idea 41. Idea. Idea
Can we
50.
move on to somebody else?
Idea 70. Idea 90. Idea 140. Idea 200.
No.
Why is
Idea
it
Thy
two-
end is now.
Idea 200. Nightmare Entity laughed as he watched the horrors committed through every portal. He is extra excited for Halloween as he has fun plans.
Okay. Out of
Oh, that's a
curiosity,
Huh?
do we know if these ideas are in chronological order, or has he ranked them based on interest?
Oh no, these are two-sentence horror stories. These are 200 two-sentence horror stories.
Oh.
Yes. Because, you know, he saw it on Reddit and thought he was really clever.
Hmm.
Redditor moment.
Absolutely.
Loud House, Loud House, Loud House, Scooby-Doo Paranorman. Beware the
I wonder,
Wendigo.
can you imagine a world
Scooby.
where Loud House didn't exist? I can hear
Fucking-
people laughing and having
well,
fun.
Yeah, right.
Considering I've
Yeah,
never
we
even
call that
heard
the
of-
90s.
Considering I forgot Loud House even existed, I can imagine that quite well.
Didn't the fucking creator of Loud House get arrested for pedophilia recently?
No, that
Yep.
was Mighty Magiswords.
Right, right.
Mighty, what? I don't care.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was the author watched Slayers once.
Yeah,
And then took a really weird spin on it.
yeah.
Which
Like,
it's
literally
Slayers
just-
is actually good.
Well, my point is more that he just went, I'm going to make not Lena inverse.
How do you ruin Lena?
Very easily.
Very
Easily.
easily.
Easily, actually, yeah.
Apparently.
Everyone here. It's quite simple.
Oh my god, this dude just does not give up. Paranorman and Into the Ball Pit. Loud House, Loud House, Loud House, SpongeBob.
Okay, well, we got something a little different, I guess.
Loud House.
Okay, we get it. He's obsessed with Loud House and Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
Yeah, he really is. Alright, well, that's enough of this fucking section. Jesus Christ.
Thank God.
True.
Let's look at...
He's calculating. Give him a moment.
He is in the middle of thunking.
I can hear the hamster's wheel squeaking.
You good there?
No. Just brain damage from all that bullshit.
Ruby
True.
blood touched. When Grimm threatened humanity from outside, ever at walls of humanity, another threat hides within its walls. When Jean Arc sees woman in distress, he leaps into action. Will his leap land him in deeper than he can deal with? Well, I mean, yes.
Obviously.
It's John Arc, so that's a given. Not sure why we're asking that question. We all know the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm assuming blood touched either means vampires, werewolves, or some sort of grim vampire or grim werewolf.
Definitely vampire.
Yeah, that seems pretty likely.
Desperado. John Arc has lost everything he cares about fighting a doomed war. So when he gets to go back in time, there was never any doubt that he should. Which is all well and good until he realizes how far back in time he went. This time, he'll make sure this war is over before his friends get to be victims of it.
I don't think you will.
So, by the fact that it says Desperado, I am feeling a Wild West vibe to the time period, which doesn't make a lot of sense considering that, you know, giant stone walls being the only thing keeping the Grim out. Or, well, that's the fan in theory, because, you know, canonically, Vale doesn't have walls.
No, why would they ever need walls? They said in an area that needs walls.
So I guess
The
everything's
walls
a
keep
Wild
people out.
West vibe. I'm really confused. He's gonna end the war before his friends ever get turned into victims of it. So he's gonna end the war in a time period before the modern day, and somehow believes that him altering the fate of Grimm and humanity will result in his friends still being born.
Apparently.
Well, I really hope he doesn't accidentally knock a chair over and rewrite everything important.
Oh no!
Imagine you knock a chair over, like you go back in time in Ruby, and you knock a chair over, only like Ozpin, in whatever his current form is, rushes into the room and trips over the chair and breaks his neck.
And that
Oh,
that
no.
was the version that
The
was gonna
worst.
get the Academy system going.
Yeah, like the
Oh,
worst
no.
fucking AU ever.
Oh man.
Well, guess you gotta step in there, bud.
A
Gotta
rusty
have to do it.
squire. Oh no. A rusty squire. John Arc, when he was a child, was taken in by the rusted knight, and he becomes his squire, and trains diligently in the ever after. So John Arc kidnaps himself from the past
Okay, yeah.
into the
okay.
storybook land that he's trying to escape. Okay. Under the Rusted Knight's guidance, John honed his skills and ideals. Upon his master's passing, John vowed to honor his mentor's final wish for him to leave the Ever After and join an academy.
Free power up, yeah.
Why is the blacksmith involved in this?
Because fuck you, that's why. He needed a better sword than Crocea Moore's.
Croaky Moore.
Crotchety Moore.
My mom came back from the other world and adopted the
I'm
final
sorry,
boss.
Before you continue,
Yes.
Sign's little joke about Crotchety Moore now just makes you want to see a version where Crocea Moore's is actually an intelligent weapon, and it's his great grandfather's soul stuck in there.
It's
Oh, God
just
damn it, that would be great.
screaming.
He's just shit talking
Boy,
John
what
like,
the hell is wrong
you're
with
an
you?
arc. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Sorry, Salem,
I'll
but
tell
you're
you
going
that,
in the
boy.
crystal.
I said, boy, you missed it. You missed it. All of those hints. You missed every single one of them.
Writing him like
God
Foghorn.
damn it, he speaks as Foghorn Leghorn, yes!
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I would actually read that.
Oh god.
I think most of us here would.
Boy, I said, boy, you missed every single hint she was giving you, and then what happened? She runs off and dies. It's all your fault, boy.
God damn it, Grandpa. She
Boy.
didn't run off and die, Grandpa. She just went back to her room.
Boy,
Well,
I
come on,
say
boy.
you couldn't. Boy, I say you wouldn't know if a woman was interested in you if she flashed you. They do that?
Yes.
Not for you, they don't.
God. Sorry. You said that. My brain immediately went to a Bleach where all of the weapons got human forms. The
Zanpakuto
filler
Rebellion.
Bachini
Yeah,
Moore
Zanpakuto
gets a
Rebellion.
human form.
yeah,
only
all of
filler
the
worth
fucking hunter
remembering-
weapons get a human form.
No, just John's gets a human form.
Well, no, Crescent Rose also, and you know.
Of course, Crescent
Big
Rose
Ruby.
could, yes. Because Ruby pours herself into it, so, I mean, gun waifu.
Yes.
Ruby really loves her gun.
She's a wife. That's also a gun.
Gun wife. My waifu is my waifu. Keep your hands off of her, you filthy son of a bitch.
Indeed.
Keep your damn dirty hands off her.
You know, I would like to see like a schizophrenic Ruby story, where like Ruby, because
So normal Ruby.
Unseen Lurker wrote this, and it was kind of funny. I wish it was focused more on, but you know, obviously it's a John Arc story, so it wasn't. But Ruby is able to talk to everyone's weapons. Like, everyone thought for the longest time that Ruby was just being schizophrenic about weapons, and was like inventing personalities for the weapons and like everything that she tried to claim like the weapon was telling her. It was because she was kept in close proximity to everyone near her that she knew all of like the stories of their lives, so it could never be like, oh well, your weapon said you did this, and it's like, Ruby, I told you that story 3 days ago.
John, your weapon keeps.
John, your weapon's cursing you out right now. That's a lot of words. I didn't know half of them.
Wait,
No,
John,
no, no.
okay, wait, John. The weapon said it will tell me how to find your ancient family treasure and not to give it to you, but I have to say this exact phrase first. You beep, son of a beep, weak-willed beep, disgrace to the beep.
Your mother was a beep.
No, Atin, what would be even funnier is if you start off with you and then put a dash in, then you change to someone else's point of view, like Weiss's, Yang's, or something, and they're in a different section, and they're just
good
talking.
lord.
They're like, it's just a scene where she's just talking about whatever, and then it goes back to Ruby, and then you put a couple words
Yes,
in, and
yes.
you think you can just. And then you cut to like a new scene as Glinda and Ozpin talking about
Linda
the incoming
has been talking
kids.
about like student
Austin
intake.
drinking
And then
coffee.
it goes back to Ruby, and then you twist it. It goes
no,
back
the
to someone else.
You absolutely need to have Ruby consulting an increasingly long 3x5 note card.
Yes.
Every time it goes back to her, the card
she
gets
flips-
longer. Yeah,
No, even better, she just flips to a new 3x5.
yeah.
At one point, she just flips it over, and then the next scene you throw that one away.
John is just increasingly looking like he's got the weight of the world on his shoulders.
Gets to one
On
of the
the
cards,
ground, trembling.
pauses. How do you pronounce that one? That's cuts it off. Oh, okay. Well, he said you can take that and shove it.
Cut to the next one.
And then finally, like, Yang walks up. John's, like, on the ground, just hollow-eyed, broken.
Twitching and drooling.
Ruby's like, I got a new sword.
No, and then
Ruby, what did you
finally,
do
no,
to him?
Yang walks up, and Ruby finishes with, "And your mom's not your mom."
Oof.
Oof. Rough.
Wait, but how does that work? Don't worry about it. Well, you see, your dad cheated on your mom. Wait, what?
Your mom found this woman called Salem. It got really weird.
Nah,
Wait,
it's
what?
cringy.
Yeah, it's a little cringy.
Of
My
course,
mom
we're
came
trying to
back
make
from the other world and adopted the final... No, we're trying to be funny.
Okay, look. First of all, whoever is writing that, they're obviously trying to write Otherworld Uncle, but like bad.
And adopted the final boss. As the
Or
final
alternatively, they're
confrontation
trying
with
to
Salem
do
begins, Ruby demands to know the answer to the question that's been haunting her for her entire life. What happened to her mother? The answer's not remotely what she expected, and Salem's her sister?
Fuck off.
I knew it.
Yeah, that's, no.
I mean, get the fuck out of here with that.
Remnant Written, Volume 1 Beacon, a Fixing Ruby AU novel. That's rough. 20 chapters, 70k words, 1 review, 1 favorite. That's
Ooh.
rough. Bro.
Peak, that's rough, buddy.
It's Glinda, not Glenda.
Glynda, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's what the review is.
Sweet God.
Wow.
Fixing this series is a good thing. A good idea would have been reducing the amount of characters. Juniper is pointless. 100%. Any fix-it fic should just totally ignore Juniper. They can be a side cast of the relatable experts, cool kids, whatever, that show up specifically for Ruby to talk with their peers to get an idea about where they range with their peers every once in a while. But they should not have been the focus of seasons.
Well, Monty said it himself. We started out with, we wanted to make an A team and a B team, but then we wound up with the A team and the other A team.
I don't remember Monty ever saying that.
Yeah, that was in like season 1 or 2.
Again, I don't remember Monty ever saying that.
I'm gonna ask for a source on this because that should
He made
should
it the
be
fuck up.
easily findable. If he said that, that sounds like something Miles or Carrie would have said. To be honest.
That
Okay, it
sounds a
might have
lot
been
more
Miles
like
or Carrie.
Okay, still go find a source for this claim that
looking.
several of us are confused on.
It came to me in a
Fine,
dream.
you should know by now. We demand cited sources on this show.
I saw it in a book once. I saw it in a book in my dream that I made up.
Yes, thank you, Sneaky, for combining the 3 greatest memes. Your dedication is appreciated and noted.
Wow. That was a fucking
Okay, I've even found a reference to
disgustingly
it just with a quick
toxic.
Google.
That was
You
an
what?
incredibly toxic thing you just posted. I just want you to know. Considering Monty says, "Oh wow, guys, I
Like,
saw
there
it
are
on Twitter."
references to it. I
Saw
don't
it on
remember where I
Twitter.
saw it, but there are references to it.
Juniper is the other 8. That's not how that works. Yeah, no, honestly, that comment actually just fuels my conspiracy that Miles and Carrie were trying to diverge Juniper from the Ruby series and make it into an entirely separate spin-off where they can focus solely on Miles's OC self-insert and
I
take
mean, I wouldn't
complete
be
control
surprised.
of the series. And honestly, I think that's what season 4 was supposed to be, where Ruby joined up with Juniper and they tried to focus just on John, and the fandom fucking revolted.
As they should have.
I mean, we did need some time with John to show him
We
getting over
didn't.
Kira.
We didn't need it all. We didn't need John at all, period, ever. We only needed time with John so we could see how he grows as a character because they turned him into the main character and sidelined Ruby.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
I mean, the show's fucking called Ruby. That's like calling a show Naruto and the entire show actually being about Konohamaru.
More like Sasuke.
No. Because Sasuke's on the same team. And
More like Shikamaru.
yeah. Yeah.
No, not
Yeah,
even
it's just-
Shikamaru. More like Kiba.
I guess. But yeah, it's just like it makes no fucking sense at all, narratively, no matter how you roll it. But anyway, Huntsmen of Remnant are trained to fight Dark Monster of the World Creatures of Grimm. Bro, you are wasting summary space on telling Ruby fans Ruby.
Yes,
That's a
as most do.
massive failure. With a new school year approaching, Beacon Academy has a number of promising students gathering under its light. Of them, 4 young huntresses, I will forever hate Ruby for canonizing that, stand out as potential team of prodigies if they can unite the face of darkness in the world, based on Fixing Ruby by Celtic Phoenix. So it's not even his own AU where he fixes Ruby. It's someone else's idea of how to fix Ruby that he's then going to try and write.
Ugh.
Bro. I have to see how bad it is.
And you don't, but you're going to.
Could have just
Yeah.
left it alone.
We could have. However,
Woulda, coulda, shoulda, didn't.
under the light of the shattered moon, a group of thugs in bright red sunglasses pushed through a crowded street. The people parted for Gang's head, orange-haired man wearing pristine white coat, black cane, and bowler hat. The citizens knew him as Roman Torchwick. His reputation preceded him like the smoke of his cigar. Not really. I mean, if you have, like, depending on the situation, if the wind is blowing in your favor and you're not really moving that fast, yes, the smoke of your cigar could precede you, but in 90% of cases, the smoke of your cigar is blowing back in your face because you're walking forward faster than the wind is blowing.
It's going to trail you, yes.
Roman's gang strolled past the intersection facing their destination. Wait, they strolled past an intersection? Intersection was facing?
They're basically redoing the entire scene from the first episode.
They're trying to. The problem
Poorly, yes.
is that this isn't anywhere near what happened in the first episode. They strolled past an intersection, and the intersection was facing their destination.
It's a T intersection.
No, I'm not told that. It's just an intersection.
Well, if it's a four-way intersection, it could in fact face the destination. That would be the assumption.
But intersections don't face anything. That's why they're an intersection.
And conversely, intersections face every direction they go.
True, but again, they strolled past the intersection that faced their death.
You stroll, yeah. Through it, yes. Across
strolled
part of
past-
it, certainly.
So they had a destination, and then they just kept walking?
Yep.
Alright, I mean,
They lost pathing.
their nav mesh didn't update properly.
These NPCs started clipping through the building.
A convenience
yeah.
store named From Dusk Till Dawn. Okay, well, it's not a convenience,
convenience
store, it's a
store.
dust store. He entered the building, waltzing up to the counter with his thugs. So his thugs came with him up to the counter, or did he waltz with the thugs?
No,
He
you
waltzed with
see,
them.
the thugs waltzed. The thugs carried him to the counter while performing a waltz. Very
Ah,
strange.
yes, of
Yes.
course. Yes, yes.
Roman's
Um,
a very showy guy.
The
I mean, he
cashier
is.
balked at the show, trembling.
Interpretive dance, my one weakness.
To stop short and refuse, to refuse abruptly, to make an incomplete motion. To thwart, to miss, a hindrance, that word doesn't mean what you think it means.
Settle down, Indigo Montoya.
No! Also, the way people use balked as an expression is when, like, basically someone does something that you're so offended by that you abruptly stop and give them a face. You hit them with
It's
the
a
face.
what the fuck face.
Like, that's what balking is, where you have to stop because that's how it got its name, because balking means to stop abruptly. You balk at something, you freeze, you stop what you're doing, and you go, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's the what the hell did you just say to me face.
It's not a terrified thing. Like, you don't balk at something terrified, you're terrified. Balking at something is where someone, like, strolls in, walks into the center of your store, rips their shirt open, and screams, I'm Pickle Rick.
I'm Pickle Rick!
Free!
Mods ban him.
Unfortunately, you cannot ban me. I'm too powerful.
No, I meant sign.
That's where I've
You
gone
can't
with
ban
this.
me, I'm Pickle Rick.
But point being is, like, that's not... You don't balk in terror. You freeze in terror. You tremble in terror. You shrink back in terror. You don't look at someone and go, what the fuck?
Yeah, but they're morons.
Roman tapped his cigar out on the glass counter. Honestly, not even that bad. I mean, cigar ash, super easy to clean up off of glass.
It's so fucking grody.
Mildly inconvenient.
Still grody and inconvenient, sure, but, like, of all things to try and get ash out of, glass is easy. Do you have any idea how hard it is to find a dust shop open this late? Honestly, probably very common. See, I never
Hunters
really
work at all
understood that
hours.
line. Yeah, I never really understood that line from Roman because, like, I imagine a fair number of dust shops would be open late because, you know, Huntsman.
Well, that and if this one shop is open late, we're not going to miss out on any business they might be getting themselves.
Also, it wouldn't really be
Exactly.
hard to find that business. I mean, if it's a chain convenience store, all you have to do is look up in the yellow books from dusk till dawn. I mean, it's kind of implied in the name that they're a nighttime dust convenience store.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, do you know how hard it was to find a place to rob that's open during the nighttime? A, why are you robbing a place that's open during the nighttime? B, phone book? Internet?
Yeah.
Are you really telling me that Roman, the thief extraordinaire, who was able to rob over 567 tons of dust, was just totally incapable of looking up where to steal dust from?
Listen, Sneaky, you're not supposed to criticize Kruby, okay?
I will.
Don't criticize the Kruby.
I will criticize Kruby. I will drag the Kruby through the mud until they pay attention to me and grant me many, many views.
Or they just send you another takedown notice. Wait, there's nobody
yeah.
left to send one.
True.
That's not true. Warner Brothers.
Yes.
I guess maybe.
Technically.
Anyway, as soon as he finished, a goon on the left drew a pistol and pointed it at the shopkeeper. Please, the old man
that's
begged,
rude.
just take my line and leave. Roman gently shushed the man. Calm down, we're not here for your money. He turned to his men with an order. Grab the dust. The man pulled canisters out of a suitcase, walking up to the shop's dust dispensers on the wall, and
Literally
started
just the
filling
first
them.
episode.
Yeah. I honestly, again, this part always really confused me. Like, this was all the dust the guy had. Like, you're not gonna go into the back. You're not gonna check the back. You're
For
not
the
gonna.
uncut crystals?
You're not gonna go into the back. Well, maybe not even just that. It's like surely these
Boxes of
cylinders
stock?
have giant refill containers,
Yeah.
right? Like, are you not gonna steal the 38-gallon tub refill? Like,
yeah, he's gotta have lots of stock in the back. Come on.
why are you refilling small canisters of dust? Like, unless, like, this is why I can understand the whole fanon interpretation that Roman was begrudgingly doing this, and he was doing it in the most inefficient way possible, where he just wandered around trying to find a shop, and then eventually when he did find a shop, he just had them empty the dust with small little tiny containers one at a time, because he didn't want to gather all the dust. Like, that's why I can understand the fanon interpretation of that, because otherwise, a guy who, by the way, I did calculate this, it is 567 tons of dust.
Like, you'd have at least rolled up with a truck and come around to the back to, go to the loading area to unload his stock from the back.
Like, just literally anything but what he did. Like, if the point was to steal the dust, why did he go about it in the most inefficient manner possible? Also, his thugs pushing people out of the way, and it's literally midnight.
You gotta assume that's gonna be
Like,
a
how
hunter.
busy is this city? That, this is the most baffling part of this remake, is that in the original, the streets are empty. And I understand the streets are empty because, animation costs, but it was also nighttime. The streets were empty, and there was only one person in the shop, and that was Ruby. Like, this is what I don't understand. If you add people to the streets for the thugs to thuggily push people out of the way with, and you're saying that this shop is open at midnight, so you're saying that there's enough people in the street to push out of your way at midnight, and you're still making the remark, oh my god, do you know how hard it is to find a shop open this late? When apparently it's actually going to be super easy because of the sheer density of people out at midnight?
Barely an inconvenience.
This is what I'm talking about. This is why I go on these fucking rants when people try and write stories. This is why I go on rants when it comes to fan fiction when people try to write stories. Because people try and write original, air quotes, stories where they try and do, like, you know, I'm going to write this fandom but better. I'm going to rewrite Ruby. I'm going to rewrite this Star Wars movie. I'm going to rewrite Harry Potter. I'm going to rewrite Supernatural, right? Like, I'm going to write it better. It's like, okay, fine. Maybe you can. But what you're doing right now isn't writing it better because you're just not thinking of 99 different things. You think you're somehow solving all of the issues, air quotes, of the original fandom, but you're not. You're not, because you're actually introducing more problems to the fucking storyline, and not even narrative problems in terms of actual villains or something. You're just so fucking inconsistent and so incapable of understanding how things work that you can't even make a real sounding world for your characters to exist in, and you have to have some of the most fucking rule of cool stupid shit in there that isn't even cool. You randomly introduce people so your thugs can push them out of the way, but it's fucking midnight. So your character makes a comment, so your character can make a cool fucking comment about, oh man, do you know how hard it is to find a store open this late? Which somehow makes him incompetent. But you're trying to write your story as an improved version of Ruby, where you do everything better and you fill in the inconsistencies, but you somehow manage to make it fucking worse.
Bro thinks groceries come from the grocery store.
It's just, also, yeah, it's just like, I'm sorry. Unless Roman was intentionally trying to get caught, unless Roman was intentionally doing this under protest, there is no way in hell a career thief like Roman, or any of his thugs that he hired on, which, by the way, are all criminals working for the fucking mafia, who know what a huntsman looks like. No one would come in, see Ruby, and be like, oh, let's go mug her. Unless they were trying to get into a giant fight and inefficiently steal the dust. Unless they were purposely trying to get caught and not succeed. There is no fucking reason for any of these characters to try and pick a fight with Ruby.
Yeah, they really should have taken one look at her going, that's a huntress. Let's just go to the next store. We'll come back later.
Like, oh my god. It makes no sense. Also, it would have been so much cooler for Ruby to be introduced as a character who's, you know, clever or witty, because she noticed a really weird, a truck pulling up to the dust store, and they were seeming to be loading dust onto the truck instead of offloading dust, and she goes to investigate it, and it turns out it's a bunch of thugs dressed as haulers who were trying to steal the dust from the store, and she stops them like a hero. That's a way cooler, more sensible intro for her than, for some reason, these experienced mafia thugs try and mug who is someone who is obviously a huntress. Like, just obviously a huntress.
But then they couldn't have done that super cool intro, though, Sneaky.
Yeah, I'll believe that this child is buying a weapon at 1 a.m. Totally normal behavior for children. Yes, this 7-year-old with a quantum physics book.
7-year-old, middle of the ghetto, surrounded by middle of the ghetto, dead of night, surrounded by monsters, with quantum physics books.
Yes, totally normal behavior. How do you do, fellow kids? But yeah, it's just I can understand people having a tough time Plot's hard. Trying to keep in mind every intricacy of something you've introduced can be hard, and I don't fault authors for making mistakes. In fact, I have gone on the record multiple times on this podcast to tell people to keep shit vague. Don't be precise with your stuff, because by keeping it vague, you can then go back later on and be like, actually, I meant this, and it won't be a retcon because you didn't precisely define it. So actually, you can redefine it in the book later on because you didn't define it earlier on, and the redefinition can be done keeping in mind everything it's been previously used for. Wow.
A good
And-
DM always leaves room to fudge the numbers.
Yeah, literally, it's just... it's... I don't begrudge people not understanding how to do plot, but Jesus fucking Christ, people. Like, just basic logic. Basic fucking logic. There's a convenience store for dust. It's open at midnight. This store is open at midnight because people want to buy dust at night. Why would people want to buy dust at night? Oh, well, the store sells bullets, dust, and gun magazines because hunters go to these stores. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. So why the fuck is a experienced career criminal and mafia veterans robbing it while it's open with hunters inside?
Yeah, like a literal daylight robbery would have probably been better because they'd be closed. They just come around the back, start loading things up. Anybody questions it? Oh, yeah, no, sorry, there was a recall on this stuff. It's super dangerous. We're having to take it back. Here's our paperwork, see?
The seals were damaged. We have to, get it out of here to get it resealed properly.
The Faunus slaves put anthrax in it.
There's like 101 excuses as to why they were stealing it and how. It's just... It makes no sense. If they, here's the thing, right? If they were incompetent thugs and Roman Torchwick was just some upstart, if they were just some random muscle he paid off the street and they didn't have more than one brain cell to rub together, and Roman Torchwick was some cocky beginner thief who thought because he had aura he could rob stores however he wanted, it would be way more believable for him to rob a place like this because he's a cocky asshole who thinks that he's the shit. Way more believable. But then you turn around and retcon Roman into this, decades-long career criminal who's been able to evade all of Ozpin's huntsmen and the Vale police for just a decade, and he's got the whole world looking for him because all of the mafias around the world are trying to hunt him down, but they just can't get him. And you have him walk in and try and pick a fight with some random little girl clearly dressed as a huntsman with a gun on her hip. In a world...
It's a mistake.
Where semblances can be just fucking absurd. Oh yeah, for the next minute and 30 seconds when I activate my semblance, I'm literally immortal. Oh. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter that you're a little girl then, because I can't actually harm you. And a minute and 30 seconds is a really long time in a fight.
What's your semblance do, little girl? Oh, it turns you inside out. Oh, okay.
What's your semblance do? I have telekinesis. I can lift entire buildings with my mind. Oh!
And what's yours, son? I make funny music with my trumpet.
Yeah, I shit rainbows. Oh.
I like trains.
I like trains. Bang!
Sneaky, I've always thought a fun semblance for you or me would be, I I give them my shitty vision.
Oof.
Can you
That'd be
imagine
more
that?
like
Ruby Rose in the middle of the fight. Hey, you don't have depth perception anymore. Bam, bam,
wound swap.
bam. How do you kill anything?
Wound swap. Yeah. Be kind of interesting, but then you have the whole, your whole soul is about sharing your misery. That's kind of
Depressing.
depressing.
Bleak.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I will have you know, I have been diagnosed by a medical doctor as the most functional severe depressive they've ever met. So, no, my soul is not bleak.
No, it's functionally bleak.
No. Bleakness is a state of mind. I am functional in spite of it. In fact, if anything, my soul would be about spite, so I would probably have some sort of, yang level of semblance of the more you hurt me, the more I become the wall or some shit. Because no man will ever make me fall. For I am the wall.
You have become Dunev.
Oh, it was fucking Remnant 2. I had a build in Remnant 2 that literally just let me ignore bosses. I don't care that you're dealing damage to me. Eat my 90% damage reduction with 20 HP per second regeneration.
Now I'm thinking that I'm gonna pay you $20 to fuck off.
I'm gonna pay you $20 to shut the fuck up and never look at me again.
Interesting. Interesting. Anyway. Alright, so, blah blah blah, recreating the scene, blah blah blah. Oh wow, with blurring speed, the girl charged the thug and delivered a two-handed uppercut to his chest. A two-handed up?
A U-punch?
How
Oh,
the
they're
fuck does
doing
that
Ruby
work?
without a weapon?
Yeah.
It's called a U-punch. And yes, it happens. You just have to... It's a fucking weird thing.
Okay, a U-punch. God damn it, I don't want the fucking punch machine. No,
Hang
Pokemon
on.
shit.
This. Except she's doing it from below.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
Like,
that
she'd
what-
have to get below them to do it. From the angle they're talking about.
Oh, apparently pile driving is banned in UFC. That's fair.
Yeah, not surprised. You could break somebody's neck.
Yeah. Fish hooking. Oh, putting their hand. Okay, yeah, I can understand
Yeah, of course fish hooking's banned. You're sticking your finger in somebody's
that.
mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, first of all, that's a
headbutting-
great way. That's a fantastic way to
To lose a finger.
accidentally lose a
You
finger.
lose a finger,
Yeah.
yeah.
People really don't understand how sharp teeth are.
Well, it's not just the
Even
teeth
flat
are sharp.
ones.
Teeth can cut a finger by the same physics interaction that a greatsword cuts a person in half.
Right.
Sufficient
Well, actually,
mass applied over a small enough area.
right. Yeah, I was more remarking on how the teeth are actually able to cut through said flesh.
Ah, yes. Well, and then let's not forget also, don't forget people, getting bit by a human, you need to cover that shit in like 90 proof right away.
Oh yeah. Like it's actually cleaner to get bit by a dog than a person.
No, yeah,
yeah.
I think they actually ranked bites, and like we
Dogs
are
have
like
remarkably clean mouths.
we're like right below
We're
Komodo dragons.
Yeah, we're just below Komodos because of all the crap humans can carry.
It's like, yeah, we're just below the species that uses its poisonous rancid bite to kill things. Oh.
Oh yeah. So if we do have to bite you, you're fucked.
Yeah, you don't want to ever want to be in a position where you get bit by someone, because you're just gonna have a bad day. Headbutting is forbidden in MMA as well.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
shit.
you hurt yourself and the other person. Concussions ain't no joke, son.
It used to be acceptable, but now it isn't because it can result in lifelong brain injury. Yeah, that's true. Also, there is a section on your skull that if you use it to headbutt someone, you can break the other person's skull, which...
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Of course, you have to be very precise with that. You're much more likely to break your own skull.
Also, yes, you crack your
50-50.
melon.
Yeah, you can crack your own head up. A 12-6 elbow. An elbow strike moves from the 12 o'clock to a 6 o'clock position.
Ah, straight behind you, yeah.
Oh, okay, where you pull the full
Starts in
fucking
front, you pull the full, 180 degree
Yeah.
wallop. You drive an elbow right into somebody's ass,
Yeah.
basically.
Well, face, but yeah, makes
Face,
sense. Yeah, that makes
ribs.
sense. Like, that's a lot of force being directed through a small. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and elbows are really, really hard.
Okay, throat strikes. Yeah, okay, whatever. Kicking an opponent on the ground. Yeah, striking on the back of the head. Yeah, eye poking.
You good?
Yes, I just have a problem with people doing damage to eyes.
Yes, no eye gouging.
Hair pulling and biting. Is
Oh,
also
good. I
banned.
am glad we covered the Mike Tyson bite.
Crushing
no
people's
biting
fingers
the
is
ear?
also banned.
Yeah. Fence holding.
Fence holding. The
Fence
fence
holding?
cannot be
Grabbing
grabbed or used. Okay. Oh, okay. So it's basically
Oh,
it's another finger protection thing. Of
Yeah.
like, you can't use the fence because if you get into a bad position while using the fence, your fingers are fucked, and we don't want that.
Yeah, well,
That
and right,
makes
and
sense.
it's right below small joint manipulation of no, don't try to break their fucking finger, you fucking lunatic.
what kind of asshole would do that? This one.
But that's the point, right? Oh, what good asshole would do that? Well, we had to make a rule about it, so at least one of you.
Exactly.
Soccer kicks as well, yeah, absolutely. That's a great way to kill someone.
You mean I can't just run up and punt somebody in the balls and see how far I can launch them?
Well,
No,
it's
no.
like
The soccer kick specifically is okay. Look, you played soccer, right? You know how to deliver a proper shot.
Yeah.
Toes together, foot pointed down.
Yeah.
Now sign. Hey, I just knocked that guy to the ground, and I really want to make sure he stays the fuck out. Let's
his
punt his
head.
head.
Yeah, you go for the chest or the
okay.
head, and I'm sorry, you're caving that chest, and like, I'm sorry, but human leg
Yeah, it's
muscle,
gonna go
there's a
crunch.
lot of power in that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it turns out turns out sports players generally know how to deliver a lot of force in a very specific and small concentrated area.
Yeah.
Probably can't stomp either.
God,
So
no.
anyway, the two-handed uppercut to his chest, that's... I can sort of see, okay, I sort of get it, right? So you start in a horse stance, and you move your fists up at the same time, into their chest.
What's the game with Shoryuken in it?
Street Fighter?
Yeah,
Not at
okay.
all, no.
It's an explicit Street Fighter move that does this. It's the
No, the
launch upwards.
Shoryuken is a one fist.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about Shoryuken specifically. I just needed the name of the
Oh.
Street Fighter.
game. Yeah, there's a specific move in Street Fighter where you duck and then you launch your opponent up using that specific frame.
No, I'm sorry. It just I'm literally trying to do the move, and there's like no real way to get good leverage with it. Because like the whole
No,
thing
it's
when
not-
you're
not
when
realistic.
you're punching, the whole thing is you're using the motion of your body to transfer force. But when you're trying to do a double uppercut, you can't use the motion of your body because both parts of your body are using the force at the same time.
Maybe they meant
Yeah, it's
something like
dumb.
a reverse sledgehammer.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, no, even if you like form a double fist and then like kind of like try and spike it up into the, like that doesn't work. Like, I'm sorry, it can like, I understand the idea of like the whole like and then you like double fucking uppercut them. I get the rule of cool idea around it. I'm just saying that will never fucking work unless you are heavily supplementing it with supernatural power. And so then it's not really a double-fisted uppercut if you're heavily supplementing it with supernatural power.
But they're leading into her being without a weapon for some reason. Like just using fists.
No. No, she has a weapon on her, and she just didn't use it. Because, I believe I'm familiar with the remake AU Fix-It thing they're talking about. And the idea is that huntsmen can use aura to just increase their normal strength and speed.
To yeet someone, yes.
And so in this instance, Ruby is using her martial arts training to beat up the human thug.
Meh.
Which, again, I sort of get, but at the same time, if she's actually fucking trained, why is she doing this really retarded double uppercut thing?
Because fuck you, the author thought it looked cool, that's why.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it does. That's the thing. It does.
No, it doesn't,
But-
though. Like, it sounds cool. Like, when you're like, yeah, she, like, double uppercuts him. It sounds cool. But, like, actually stand up and do it yourself, and you're like, oh, this is, like, really lame.
Yeah, it looks dumb and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
The entire point is to put as much force into one point as possible, not 2 or 3 or 4. More force divided by more points is less force per point.
Yeah, well, I mean, also the fact it's not even that, because it's not even like, oh, you get 100 force, and by punching twice, you're putting 50 force in each fist. It's the turning of the body twists physics and
Torque, yep.
transfers energy in a way that turns your 100 force into 300.
Yep, that's torque.
Physics
And then
is
by
weird.
twisting your fist in a certain way, as you make the punch, you put even more torque on the end of that.
Yeah.
Take an extra 50 damage, asshole.
That's an extra 1d6.
Yes.
But, yeah, it's just like... And then the man flew through the store, landing in a heap.
Shoryuken!
So anyway, she pulled out her gun, started firing her gun at people without
So
aura
Cannon happened.
in a dust store.
A stray round detonated the entire store. Oops.
Yeah.
Game over.
Apparently, she didn't even shoot him. She shot the ground. So again, dust, the same powdered dust that exploded when Ruby sneezed on it. She is casually firing a fucking gun in the vicinity of giant containers of it.
Mm-hmm.
I failed to see an issue here.
No, it's fine. Really cool.
Max when he's in the no smoking section of a kitchen.
Max, when he's smoking.
Sorry, what
No
am I
smoking
doing?
section of the
No smoking
kitchen.
section?
I said Ruby is firing her giant rifle in a store filled with the same dust that went off when she sneezed on it. And I said that's like you when you're in the no smoking section of the kitchen.
Yeah, that was one thing that was actually kind of very pointed in the first episode. That seems like a detail Monty would have thought of, but wouldn't think, but wouldn't put much attention on. There were no firearms used in that store.
Yeah.
All the thugs had pure melee weapons, and
Gee, I wonder why.
Ruby didn't start firing until she was on the street.
Yep. Can't imagine why one wouldn't just start firing their gun in random directions inside a store filled with bombs. The bomb
Inside what
store.
amounts to a powder keg, a magazine.
Yeah. So anyway, canon happens, but worse. Blah blah blah. He's examining the bizarre girl like he's never seen a huntsman before.
Bizarre. That's just standard Huntsman.
So anyway, the author's really dog shit at describing combat. Oh, all of the thugs conveniently have aura. Now they do. And ignore the fact that the last thug that she beat up didn't have aura. And that she probably caved his chest in. Because
I'm sure it's fine.
the author's now specifically pointing out that the thugs she's beating up are having their aura break. Which means that the thug she originally beat up didn't have aura. Which means her double uppercut into his chest that sent him flying across the room probably caved his chest in.
Oh, he did.
He did.
He
So-
could live. Probably not, but he could.
Blah blah blah, red blah 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 blah. Oh! The scythe turned into a war scythe, and this massively changed the fight. That didn't happen. Okay, so he catches her blade with his hand because he has aura. Then shoved her
He lost the hand.
backwards. Instead of, no, he just caught it. Easy as it can be. And turned into a rifle. She shot him a bunch. And he twirled his cane around, parrying the bullet.
Roman ain't that fast.
And then Roman shot a Roman candle into the dust store.
Mm.
The girl lurched in front of the shopkeeper, spinning her weapon to shield them from the explosion.
That's not how explosions work.
That's not how explosions work at all. That's
Is Steam having a stroke?
I'm having a stroke.
Yes,
Well,
you're
it's
also
really
having-
more that a stroke's been inflicted on you.
Ruby,
You
we're
get
trying to
what you
detain the
deserve.
criminals, not overboard. Yeah, true. This is my stand, Crimson Rose.
No.
fuck you
It's not
say?
named after a song. Cringe. Find a song. This is not a request.
Red like roses. There you go.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
Shut up.
true.
That's on me. I set the bar too low.
Yeah, you did.
You know what? That's on me. I was stupid.
There's shockingly no songs called Crimson Rose.
Oh, what about what's that song by
We have a band called
Mm.
Crimson Rose.
no. Axl Rose?
Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses.
Actually,
thank you.
you know what? That would fit Ruby. This is my stand, Guns N' Roses.
That would be great. What's the song? Every
Every rose has its thorns.
everyone says it's Thorn. Thank you.
Oh, Sign's having a senile moment. I guess it's time for the old man to go to bed.
Look, you've been reading such stupid shit. I feel like I've taken sand damage. Okay, at least 10 points worth.
Sounds like
Yeah.
a skill issue.
Sounds like a skill issue. Get that temp
So-
HP up, boy.
I'm not tempering my sand with tip sand from alcohol. Okay, I'm
Why
not
not?
like you
Skill issue.
because I don't drink.
Skill issue.
What
Anyway,
else skill
that's a
issue?
good time to stop. So, I mean, clearly it was just going to continue the first episode more and, like, triple its length. And honestly, we all know the author's fucking dog shit. The changes they made while regurgitating canon actually just made everything worse. And so, honestly, there's no point in just continuing because it once they get into the original shit, I can only imagine how much more worse it's going to get. And I firmly want to keep it that way. I want to keep it in the realms of imagination. I don't actually want to know how much worse it will get because I know the show's tagline is there's always more and it always gets worse. There's actually a limit to how much worse I want to comprehend.
Bro did not want to look into the void.
No. There are things beyond the void. Things that are better left unknown. But we'll see what happens on Friday. Because
We will.